Greenland. Yo, Brian, I didn't get you last week, but what'd you think of those fucking pictures they released of the upcoming films and shit?
Specifically, which ones?
The ones for Doomsday. It like had Doomsday in the fucking room with someone kneeling down in like a royal room. It had the Hulks, like
the Russo brothers came out this week and said that they were fake, right? That they weren't real.
100?
100%.
Okay, well I'll take their word.
But listen. They are certified liars. So
yeah, they play wolf a lot, right?
Yeah, don't take what they're saying to heart. But they definitely said that it was some previous version of Secret Wars because Feige has been on Secret Wars' dick for like the past like 5 years, bro. So like it could be. So we'll see.
What is up? Welcome back to Sunday night. You're here with the Average Boys Podcast, your number one nerd news podcast in South Texas.
Sir.
What is up? I am here with my boys, Brian D from New Jersey. What's up, my man?
What's up?
And we got our favorite. We had him on last week. One of our up-and-comers, a guy that runs his own shows up in town. Derpy Entertainment, guys. You got to check him out on YouTube. He's a good kid. He does a lot of sports and everything.
Backed by popular demand.
Backed by popular demand. Derpy, what's up, man? Good to have you back.
Thanks.
How's everything going? How's your world handling things right now in the overarching story of this crazy life that we live?
Average.
Oh, good.
I like it.
One word.
Average.
Fucking one word. I love him. Brian, how about yourself, man? You're in New Jersey. You're in the cooler areas of the world. You're doing
I love that you started off like that because you and I have. Listen, I don't know. This is a little bit a peek behind the curtains here. You and I had a 5-hour-long conversation.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who out there can have a conversation with someone for 5 hours, but I had a 5-hour conversation with this man before, and yeah, so it's wild out there. It's definitely wild.
It's really cool because I've talked about this before in the aspect of us doing other things and gaming, and there's so much stuff that we're always fucking with and fuckery, yes. and we're talking to me and Brian are talking about doing a little something. Kind of like some flavor during the week. We're trying to get some things together because, me and Brian, we always talk current events and things like that with each other. And who else to do that with than the people we like to hang out with and everything. So, stay tuned for that. You guys will be able to catch us during the weeks in between, just catching up with like current events and things like that and getting our opinion based on it. I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fucking fun as shit, dude. So you guys be waiting for that. It'll be pretty dope. But other than that, boys, let's start with Derps, man. Derps, how was your week? What'd you do, man? What'd you do this week coming up?
Nothing.
fucking
Derpy, a man of few words. I love it.
You know what he reminds me of? You know what, Derpy? You remember what was that? The Fifth Element, dude? When fucking what's his face is questioning Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Corbin Dallas,
my man. Corbin Dallas. And he's like, great.
And
he's just like, great.
That is a great example.
That's a fucking awesome example.
Corbin Dallas, I love it.
That's fucking wild, man. Yeah, well, Derpy, good to have you. Brian, what about yourself, bro? What'd you do your week, man? How was your week?
Everything's great. Didn't really do anything out of the ordinary this entire week. This weekend has been very relaxing for me. Got to reset and touch base with family. I saw my daughter at her new recital, which I'm gonna be watching for the next like 6 months. Nice. So it's great. And just got to recharge. And sir, how about yourself? How was your week?
We ended up having some amateur MMA fights in Brownsville, Texas. I was literally like a hop, skip, and a rock throw away from the border there in Brownsville, downtown. Okay. we were at this place called the Jacob Brown Auditorium. Great place. Estilo and Ramiro Aguilar, I think his last name Arguide. They run this really, really great amateur card called Texas Fight League. And we are a third one in. They put on a great show. They had an amazing opportunity. One of my boys, Eddie Flores, was out there. I had another one. Raul Lopez was supposed to fight, but someone, the guy had medical issues, the other opponent, so they had to postpone the fight to another day or whatnot. You know how it goes. People don't make weight or they get hurt or whatnot. Yeah. There's always a bunch of things. But I always tell people this is what the amateurs are for. The fight for my fighter, Eddie, went good. Both guys were getting tired. They had this kind of situation where Eddie – threw a couple combination up top. He lost his balance on the last punch. The guy grabbed him, took his back, pulled him to the ground, got in a ground and pound position, and the guy was punching, but Eddie was kind of, dodging and pulling him down, kind of shrimping out a bit. And the guy wasn't even punching him in the face. He was punching him under the armpit, just tired. Both guys were just exhausted trying to get what they could. Mm-hmm. But there wasn't a lot of action going on, and Eddie wasn't in any danger. So when the ref went up, tried to, tap their shoulders. Usually the fights would be let me stand them back up, let them bang it out because the boring shit's what's going on at the bottom. There's not much going on. But when he fucking touched him, he kind of carried the other guy up and held him and moved him. It was fight's over, fight's over. And the crowd didn't respond. Everyone was thinking they were going to stand him up. And all you can hear is me being, hey, dude, what the fuck, ref? You fucking suck. You fucking asshole. What the fuck are you watching? I was mad, bro. I was livid. I was moments. Yeah, I had moments. I had my moments of.
Well, listen, I get it that in the heat of the moment, your tempers are flaring, but I'm glad that cooler heads prevailed.
Straight.
Cannot be beating up the refs.
I can't do that. I'm gonna get suspended. I'll get a whole fucking thing suspended.
I just want to touch base with the comments already. Rob, you already know it. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be watching John Cena at Raw. Raw is going to be across seas. I don't know if you realize, and it's funny that you mentioned this, that people, do want to talk about wrestling. I was trying to refrain from talking about wrestling, but here we are.
We just talked about that right before we jumped on.
But here we are. Yes, John Cena. I don't know if you guys know, but newsflash: John Cena is now a certified heel.
I heard
he's now a certified heel. He is going to be making his heel debut tomorrow, which is a pretty big thing. Listen, WWE is firing on all cylinders. If you aren't an avid wrestling fan, right now is a great time to get involved because a lot of things are going on. I literally just had a conversation with a good friend of mine about the difference between wrestling 10 years ago and now is that during the Vince era, you kind of had one main guy, one main girl, and that was the focus. Mm-hmm. Now during the Triple H era, you have 10 multiple guys. You have 10 guys and 10 girls, and they're all interesting stories. And this is a very exciting time to get into it. So if you guys are not watching wrestling right now, is a really good time. So yes, Rob, I will be watching tomorrow. If you want to hop in the chat tomorrow, I'll talk with you tomorrow like we always do, and looking forward to it.
Yo, Cliff Notes. I'm not really into wrestling right now at the moment, even though I'm kind of associating myself.
You are. I mean, from association.
I am getting educated more and more every day.
Yeah.
Derpy kind of said earlier off chat, he was kind of oh, he's casual, right? Is there any can you give me the coolest average boys Cliff Notes on what's John Cena's thing is right now? I would love to hear it, dude, because I know it made national news. Every motherfucker was talking about John Cena being a bad guy now. I was like, John Cena, I haven't seen the guy in a million years. You know what I mean? But fuck, tell me about it.
Yeah, pretty much. I will give you a quick rundown. This is going to be John Cena's last run. He announced his retirement at the end of last year.
Okay.
He said that this year, not saying that we're stopping at WrestleMania, but the entire year is going to be his Derek Jeter farewell tour. And it kind of started off at the Royal Rumble, where it was kind of the consensus that we thought he was going to win. He did not win. Jey Uso's bum ass won. And so it kind of turned into the Elimination Chamber, which happened about a few weeks ago. John Cena ended up winning through some kind of shady means. Comes out that, you know, at the end of the Elimination Chamber, he ended up turning heel, and now he's a heel, and for the foreseeable future. I don't think that this is going to last the entire run of his last, you know, hurrah. But it's something that people were looking for and were asking for years, like years. This is something that was like big. And so that was, and I was, again, the person I was talking to earlier, for a certain generation, that is going to be their defining WWE
moment,
the shit moment, you know, which you need to take that into account. Like for me, I'm a little bit older, so I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of holy shit moments, but for a certain demographic, a certain age generation, that's gonna be it. So this is a pretty big deal. He didn't come to Madison Square Garden last week or to SmackDown this week. This is gonna be the first time that we're hearing or seeing John Cena since then. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see.
Straight. That's cool, man. I mean, yeah, it makes a really good point because, like, I mean, growing up for myself, like I said, I'm not like a really big wrestling guy, but back in the day, you know, during the Stone Cold and I guess like the golden time of wrestling, like I still remember Undertaker and Mankind. That's like the biggest, like the Hell in the Cell, jumping off the top, doing all that stuff. Like even to now, like they're still like having them talk about that shit when they're doing like the retirement runs and you know what I mean? Like it's such a big moment. So yeah, to see that John Cena's running that, and it sounds so weird, but like I wonder if the reason it's going to go for a year is because it'll play into when he makes his like debut back in the DC as Peacemaker. I wonder if they're kind of like, since he knows he's going to continue into acting and continue in the DC universe for a bit, like, because I don't know if you're aware, Derpy, I know I haven't heard from you yet, but I don't know if you're aware of this also. They started a new Absolute DC comic recently.
Yes, actually, yes.
And in that comic book, they have peacemakers, but they're like a policing force, like the Green Lantern on in Krypton or whatever, or on the Earth or something. So the peacemaker character is very like expanded in that universe. So it kind of gives you the idea that maybe they're loading it that way right now because that's going to be like some type of nod to how they're going to contribute to having his character be more influential in the overarching Justice League, because he was never really like a big Justice League character or whatnot. Yeah. So they're probably going to find a way to get him in there so that way they make him bigger, because that's kind of like the way we see James Gunn work. You know what I mean? Like Adam Warlock right before he was released in Guardians.
Wait. Time out. I'm sorry. I just realized this right now. Are you wearing a Selena shirt?
Am I wearing a Selena shirt every day, baby?
That is awesome.
You got to understand how big of a G I am, man. I'm 100% G, dude.
My ADD will not allow me to just not notice that. That was awesome.
How do you think I zoomed out so much?
I just realized that. Okay, all right, my fault. Continue your story.
It's because, dude, if you're a hardcore G like a Chicano, like you're gonna wear something Selena sooner or later. It's just what it is. And you need a shirt. Because in my heart, you're Chicano too, Brian.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send your ass a Selena.
Salinas.
Salinas, baby. Anything for Salinas.
Anything for Salinas.
That's awesome, dude. Dude, and that's because I was going to ask you if it was like if Selena over there in your area was like a big thing like back in the day.
This is the reason why we can't have a serious show. We are so unserious people because we are all over the place, bro. Like, this is 100%. Crazy.
100%.
We are so unserious.
That's awesome. I kind of feel like, well, going back to the topic, I feel like James Gunn does that because that's what he did for Adam Warlock. They released him in the Guardians of the Galaxy video game. And at that time, you know, there was a small amount of people that might have known Adam Warlock. But when the game dropped, like everyone knew Adam Warlock. And then, of course, they brought in that guy, the actor. They bulked him up. You know, he looked pretty sharp, you know, badass jawline. He used to play like the fucking real nerdy roles back in the day. And all of a sudden he's like a fucking Chad. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like they may do the same thing for John Cena.
I'm going to say I don't think so, only because I have a very hard time thinking that John Cena is going to be healed the entire way out. He's a heel now. Man. He's a heel now, but there is literally zero shot that he will retire a heel.
He's gonna I was gonna say, like, Doesn't that dude have like a list of fucking kids that are all like the fucking cancer kids and shit that all look up to him and shit?
Yeah.
Now this dude's over here fucking fuck y'all and all this shit. Like,
that's why it makes sense, right? Because you're not gonna do it in the middle of his run. You're not gonna do it where he still has some heat. You're gonna do it at the end of his run, where
Hail Mary.
Hell
Hydra, literally Hell Hydra.
It's literally. I've seen so many memes where it's Hell him Hydra. Saying Hell Hydra, and he will definitely turn back heel and turn on the Rock before this is all over. And
but it's because it's just good writing that way. You know, you put a lot, and that's why, like, I know, getting a little off topic, the Captain America Brave New World movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I 100% thought they needed to bring in an evil Captain America for him, because that would have been his best and like antithesis villain. If it was Steve Rogers, who he is like, I mean, he simps for it. It's like his boss, his main dude. Like, he loves that dude. They made like a huge friendship, just as big as Bucky's. But
that's not getting Sam over in the terms of wrestling, right? Mm-hmm. That's not getting him over. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means that's not making the fans feel like that's your Captain America. But that's not I get that. But if you bring in Chris Evans as Cap during
Captain Hydra,
regardless, if you bring in Chris Evans at all during it overshadows him. The whole point of that movie is to get so they had a show trying to get him over as Captain America, right?
I get that.
So now your first movie, you got to get him super over, right? So people are comfortable with him being Captain America. You bring Chris Evans, all of that is washed to shit. Like, it's over for that.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things that for me, it's one of those things that I think
you just love Chris Evans and you're not ready to let it go. I get it. Listen,
no, fuck no. I told you before. I love Anthony Mackie.
You're gonna get your fucking Chris Evans show, which I hope they're really still doing, and everyone's gonna love Chris Evans again.
I didn't even know that.
Where he's putting back the stones.
Oh, that would be dope. That'd be dope if they ever did that shit. I didn't even think they were really taking that shit serious.
That's in talks, yeah.
Bro, I need to just go out there and put my application in to write for these guys because they need help, dude.
Listen, if I were you as a friend,
yeah,
stay far the fuck away from Marvel, bro.
I need to go over there. You know what look, I'm gonna tell you the number one thing that makes me mad about Marvel.
Tell me.
Is that through history, if you go back and look at Disney throughout their entire run since the 40s, Walt Disney and all that stuff, they've done kind of what you would consider racist things, but during that time frame in history, it wasn't considered racist.
Yo, where did that come from? That's just like a sharp. Where did that come from?
Because the thing is like you've seen it before. Like, we've seen it growing up where Disney plays this like they always play like these weird horde mentality things, right? Where they go with what's going on in the community. Anything that's in thing, they're about where the people need to be because they know they have to sell to those communities to be able to come through, right?
Yeah.
100%. So when they made Anthony Mackie Captain America, again, we talked about this, I think, a billion times.
Yeah.
You know, they bring up Anthony Mackie, they put him on the social media. This is our Cap. He's the guy. He's the number one. And then boom, some anniversary of Steve Rogers. And then everyone's celebrating Captain America being Steve Rogers again, the white guy. And everyone forgets the Captain America, the black guy. And even in nature right now, Captain America is supposed to be Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson's character, right? They released the number one killer of Overwatch video game, and he's not even in it, but Steve Rogers is still Captain America. They should have released him as Captain America. You can't say that's not a wrong. And at least give us a Falcon. He's not even in the game.
I get it. He's not, but what does that really matter at the end of the day? Like,
because he's Captain America. That's what they.
I get it. But
he should have been the forefront. He really should have.
I get it, but I think and not to give Marvel some bail here, but I think in their eyes they gave him a fucking show, bro. They gave him a whole fucking show, and then they gave him a whole movie. Like, they did their part, If he doesn't get over, he doesn't get over for whatever fucking reason. It's just
he has a whole comic line since like 2017.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't successful.
I mean? Yeah,
it's not successful. Him as Captain America was never successful. It's just let's just call it spade a spade.
Yeah, straight. Yeah,
it doesn't get over. But Marvel did their job. Now, if they really wanted to get this over, they would have done a better job of hiring some better writers for that show, exactly, and that movie. So they did a disservice in that situation. But I don't want to bleed the comics or any other IP into this. Like, this is, I don't like, no.
Because like, I don't know, like, you guys are gonna probably agree with me, but he's so fucking good in the movies. Like, he's really good in every movie he was in prior. What we got in the new one. I mean, he comes in and he's sharp, dude. Like, he's sharp.
He's not a leading actor, bro. Like, let's just call it.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's not a leading actor, bro. Like, I've seen Anthony Mackie in so many other movies, bro. He's not a leading actor, bro. I've seen one movie. I don't know if you ever seen it. It's called She Hate Me.
No, I saw the Altered Carbon episode with him or something like that, where it was like he plays like an android, like that's a special soldier. Yeah, and he was okay, but I think the other young kid was doing a better job. There
is a movie, and I honestly recommend this movie. It's a pretty interesting concept. It's you ever saw the movie Good Luck Chuck?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
It's basically a black version of Good Luck Chuck.
Okay.
That came out before it.
Okay.
And Anthony Mackie was the leading actor in that movie.
Shit.
And it was really good, but it was like a good B movie or C movie.
Okay. Yeah. It was like mid.
One of those cult classic movies. Yeah. On a scale of a Marvel movie, I don't think he has it. And I love Anthony Mackie. But
off of hi Kyra, nice to see you on YouTube.
Off the tangent.
But no, it's fine because it makes a lot of sense, right? Like even with the factor of like Twisted Metal and all that other stuff. Even
that's right. Like, so that's a perfect example. Like,
that's a perfect example.
So Twisted Metal
development is really good. Like his character, his comedy's good.
Hold on, Chris. Derpy, have you watched Twisted Metal?
No, because at the time I didn't have Peacock, but now I can watch it, so I'll get the chance to.
So let me ask you, are you, with what you saw from like the trailers and the still shots, were you interested in watching Twisted Metal? Okay.
You know what? I'm a little bit more interested in the second season. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer.
That season sucked, bro. Fuck that.
No, they're gonna put Axel in it. They're gonna have the dude with the arms and the tires, and I just want to see how. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I just want to see.
If you have a show where Samoa Joe is the most interesting character,
you're struggling. You're struggling. You're kind of dicing it, right?
Listen, the first 2 episodes were great. Other than that, it was all downhill after episode 2, bro.
Well, it's just that concept that Anthony Mackie's really good at. Like the him and Bucky show, I thought was pretty good with their dynamic, but that's because they're like really good friends. They know how to feed off each other. They're funny. We had the interaction in Civil War with him and Bucky against Spider-Man that was really good. The development's really good. The lines are really good, but you only had Bucky for like a couple moments in this film, and then it's by himself, right? Like, it's just
that movie wasn't good. Like, we don't we don't have to have a deep dive into why Captain America didn't work. It just wasn't a good movie, bro.
Yeah, it just wasn't good.
It just wasn't a good movie. And honestly, it wasn't a good movie, but I don't think. What was that?
It was passable.
It was passable. I don't think it was even passable, to be honest with you. I just think that I don't think it was passable. I think it was a bad movie, bro. It was a bad movie.
It was just bad.
It was bad. Like, you can make it. You can make excuses for it, which is what I found myself doing. Like, you find yourself making excuses for it because you don't want it to be the worst MCU movie, because we've all seen worse MCU movies. So you're stuck in that situation where you're stuck trying to find excuses for the movie, but it's still at the end of the day a bad fucking movie, bro. It's bad.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not the worst. Yeah. It's not the worst, but it's a bad movie.
I kind of told people that. Do you remember back in the day when we used to have real summer movies?
Yeah,
Like it's not the same way anymore.
Movies.
Like, yeah. But not blockbuster because you can't consider it a blockbuster. I'm like just those like weird like you just go to the movies. You don't have to think. Like you just go and you watch some shit like Independence Day. Even though Independence Day is a
blockbuster
masterpiece.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like when I think of summer movies, I think blockbusters.
Yeah, because everybody's off. The theater, well, the movie industry is kind of like, look, this is a really great opportunity to get people out there and buying tickets and coming because no one's working. They're going to choose vacation or being at home, but they're going to do stuff. So we gotta do our best opportunity to put the fun shit out. Mm-hmm. And I kind of felt like this movie, the Captain America Brave New World, it had that format. But it's like the people took their shit way too serious and it just didn't work. But then again, rewrites.
Yeah, that's you hit it right there.
Stuff, messy stuff.
It was messy. It was messy. Yeah, it didn't work. I'm perfectly fine moving on from it, but again, I refuse to act like it's the worst fucking MCU.
It's not the worst.
It's not the fucking worst. It's not the fucking worst, bro. It's a bad movie. Again, you're caught in that situation where you don't want to call it the worst, but you also have to acknowledge it's a bad movie. It's a bad movie, but it's not the fucking worst. If you look at the numbers right now, dude, it's kind of the worst.
Yeah, it tanked already.
It's kind of the worst. That made up number of the 400, they're not even gonna make that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like this is the momentum that Hollywood, Marvel / Disney, and all of these big movies that are just trying to. I don't even know what they're doing, to tell you the truth, when it comes to filmmaking. Like there hasn't been a fundamental film that I've been like, oh, this is good. Like, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you, and I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. When it comes to like Doomsday and Secret Wars, mm-hmm. do you have faith in that anymore? And let me before you answer, and Derpy, I want your input on this as well.
I kind of looked at the same thing last week.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it at the very end, but you weren't with us.
Let me just add a little bit to that.
Yeah.
So for the first big MCU event, Endgame, Endgame, and Infinity Wars, we had a 10-year build to that.
Build up.
Yeah.
So we were ready for that.
Yeah.
Where is the buildup for this?
Yeah, it's like a 10-year catch-up right now.
And so do you still have faith that they'll pull off that level of success?
Derpy, you go first, man. I'll let you go first because I haven't heard much from you, so I want to hear you talk, Derpy.
I don't. And I don't at all. Because
why?
Because my reasoning is because there's so much source material, regardless if they don't follow the source material.
Okay.
There's so much death in Secret Wars.
Okay.
That is my reasoning.
Okay. That's a good point. That's a hell of a point. There's a lot of depth to what the stories bring and the reason why it was such a popular name.
He said death. Like as
like death. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of
both apply. Both definitely apply. But I'm speaking towards you kind of touched on it because there is a lot of source material, and so so now I throw it to you, Chris. What is your answer to that? Like, do you think they're going to be able? Now, listen, they charged everybody. They got everybody for this. They got the Russos. They got fucking RDJ. There's rumors that they're bringing back the original, cast members to be evil variants. Are they going to be able to pull this off?
Okay, so I think on a base level, like after all the failures that Disney's had over the last couple of years when it comes to the films that they're developing, they have a lot of people that have their own agendas on how they want to make film and get up on their own.
Okay.
And they reached all the way back to the Russos, who were just dudes that were like, I don't fucking care. We're going to make bangers.
Yeah.
Like, that's all. That's all. And they were like, we know, because they understand comic books a little bit more than most, like what people are expecting to see, like the little events that are kind of in the comic books that they want to bring to the film. Like, they're like, we know there's windows of the comic books in our films that get people excited to watch them.
Yeah.
They understand that. but the fundamental, the newer generation of Hollywood and all that stuff that's running these are like the She-Hulks, are like the Echoes, are like all of these shows that are like they're out there trying to brandish themselves as we are Marvel now.
Yeah.
And I think Disney and Marvel both have come to a consensus that they're like, yo, there's no way we're going to go into another film event like the way we did not Secret Wars, Endgame and Infinity War, using that as a format. Like, we need someone that's going to push this in the right direction. We can still use those people because I want to use them and check the boxes and do all that shit. But we need the Russo's brothers back, and they're going to have to work around that because we need the people that know how to make it work. But I guarantee they're going to be like, they're going to be fucking hands tied on a bunch of shit that they're going to have to do that because they need to, right?
You think so?
Yeah, I 100% think so. And I think it's going to be the biggest failure of the movie is they're going to have to bend the knee to the things that the corporate people expect to have in the film because they need to. They're not going to let the Russos get that full drive as to what they want to do. And even with that, like, how do you, like, well, even with that,
what do you have to, all right, but not to cut you off, but what do you have to lose at this point? Why not just let them just do it what the fuck they? All right, so it's been at this point, it's a fact that outside of the MCU, the Russos are ass.
Oh, straight up, there was the Electric State that just dropped.
They're ass. Electric State is a fucking dud.
It hit bad, dude. But everyone's talking shit about it.
But when they are asked to drive that Ferrari, being the MCU,
yeah, they get it.
They do donuts and that shit.
Yep.
So I definitely think they're gonna. I think there is a huge possibility this fails. My only saving grace is that the Russos are involved.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, so that's kind of like the what I'm talking about. Where like you don't have faith in Marvel doing it, but now that they brought the Russos, you're like, okay, I'm gonna let them cook a little bit and see what they got.
Yeah.
But then, of course, like last week, the reason why we were talking about it was because there was a leak of some behind the scene pictures or some type of art that was being released by a dude that apparently does the art for a lot of different series. And in those, there was some really interesting stuff we talked about. There was some crazy shit.
It was a chick, and she immediately deleted her social medias. We don't have to rehash that because I know you guys talked about it, but
yeah, we covered it.
But yeah, it was a big thing. And again, the Russos came out last week and said that they were prior or things that are not going to happen regardless. I was just interested to find out what you guys' thoughts were on that because again, we are in a situation where that first iteration of let's call it a Big Bang, which was the 1-2 punch of Infinity War and then Endgame. That was something that was built up to where we were invested. We're not really invested these days. So where are we gonna be? Let's say Thunderbolts is a dud, and let's say
I hope not. I hope it's not.
Me too.
Yeah.
But let's say it is, right?
Yeah.
And then let's say that Fantastic Four isn't the game changer that we hope it is. Where does that leave us for Doomsday?
Well, for me, I still think the Fantastic Four thing is going to be bad. And the reason why is I think it's a bad timing. Like, I think Marvel's just like trying to scrape themselves out of a hole that they put themselves in. And they're like, oh, dude, let's just add the Fantastic Four because money. Money, they'll save it. Yeah, they're going to save it. But there's no buildup. Like, it's like we were talking about, I made a reference last week, right? And it was like, okay, we're going to get Galactus. We're going to get Franklin Richards. The Fantastic Four, like, can you imagine we're going to get a Fantastic Four film, but the Fantastic Four film is going to have Valeria and Franklin in it, which makes it Fantastic Six. Like, that's not the way it works. Like, the buildup to them having children.
That's not confirmed, though.
No, you can't
Franklin is confirmed. I don't know if the daughter is confirmed.
That's the thing, right? You can't have a coherent Secret Wars without Valeria, who figures out Doomsday is the worst person on the planet, and then Franklin, just in general, I know he's just sitting around, because even if you think about it, like when you go back to the comics, the source material, even though we're not trying to follow that as much, even Hickman or whoever wrote it had trouble using Franklin Richards because he's also a god character. It's not just Doom. Like that kid is like infinitely strong, even stronger than Doom at that level. So you have to sit him there Indian style in Galactus's hand and be like, oh, look at this child that has just a giant guardian that he controls, like a puppy or whatever. And then that's what us as the readers would look at that and be like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, but they didn't use him. They technically didn't use him in the comic book at all.
Yeah.
So there's no real purpose other than the very, very ending when the Fantastic Four, Franklin Richards, and Molecule Man come together to make the multiverse again, right?
Yeah.
You remember that, right? That's really the only purpose that he plays. But what
there's no other purpose for Franklin.
For Franklin in the Secret Wars, right?
Yeah.
So we can come to terms and understand there are some assets that need to be there. You know what I mean? A Black Panther needs to be there. We already have a Namor, and they're already talking about the Black Panther situation too. I think there was talks about it. They were already talking about an actor that is already going to be moved up, and it's going to be a aged up of the child, which again doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
There's talks, but I'm having a really hard time understanding how they're doing a Secret Wars without a fucking Black Panther, dude. Like that is kind of like
that's huge, dude. Huge. And that's what I was talking about this with Triggs and Derp. You were with me last week. You heard me going on my fucking shtickle, right? About me telling Triggs like, where are all the important assets that make the story Secret Wars?
Captain America Cap is huge in Secret Wars, bro.
Red Skull.
Yep. Like there's
Old
certain
Man
things.
Logan.
Yo, there's certain things.
Do you see what I'm talking about, right? And
no, I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah, me too.
I just went in the negative deep end because now I'm thinking about all of the characters that they have to rush. If they do get these characters in, they're gonna have to rush them in from now until
whenever, because remember it was supposed to be in under 10 years because they wanted to get this all pumped out. That was like the biggest, weirdest thing. Do you remember that? I remember like it was like
Miles Morales. Like, where is Miles?
Yeah, he ain't even there. Oh, did you even hear about the rumors for that? They were gonna make it where in the next Spider-Man movie, like he already knows Miles and they're going to college together and they're best friends or whatever, and Miles already has his powers. And they're going to be like, hey, bro, like that was real cool. Like you did some shit last night, like be a little bit more concerned and all this stuff. Like there was all this talks that they already knew. And it's like, so you're not going to have like the buildup like of Miles. Listen, that would be hard, man.
I'm not even the biggest fan of the Hickman Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. I like the 80s fucking Secret Wars more, but I don't want to say I'm well versed in it, but I know what the fuck is going on. And there's a lot of characters that you don't fucking have established yet, bro.
Yep.
There was an interesting comment I saw today.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, but I guess Feige said, well, basically the tweet was, I guess it's the Secret Wars is the new beginning of the MCU.
Yeah, he did say that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's rough. I'm like, that's rough.
No, okay, but no, I kind of get that because if this is gonna lead into, I'm assuming this is gonna lead into like the whole mutant saga. So well, I get what you're saying.
It goes into all different Marvel. That's what it goes into in the comic books. Like it retcons everything, starts a whole new universe. That was like the whole jump into like the Miles, the Young Avengers, the Kamala Khan, the Thor, Jane Foster. Like all of that was picked up after Secret Wars because it was a whole rewrite of the whole universe. Everybody got a chance. Doctor Doom becomes Iron Man. Riri Williams is trying to, pick up herself as Ironheart. Like, but that whole comic part, it was a rough beginning too, man, because they were trying to sell you all these characters without all the people that were beloved, and we didn't get a reason why they weren't there no more.
But that was, if I'm not wrong, wasn't the whole plan was to get the Ultimate Universe over?
Yeah, remember they wrecked the Ultimate Universe because they were going to use that for the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they didn't want to continue, and now they brought the Ultimates back, because I think they want to kind of continue in that format of how they want to change into when they start, revamping the cinematic universe again, kind of dip their hands in all the other comic books and whatnot to try to make it a little bit different. I think it's important too, right? But
Miles, now that I think
yeah.
about it, bro, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
Miles is really important to a lot of shit, bro. Especially like if you're talking about Spider-Man and you're bringing in fucking
Peter Parker.
If not even Peter Parker, but if you want to bring in what's the symbiote king?
No.
No, if you want to know, like he's huge.
He's
involved in that. Like,
but so is Carnage.
Carnage, yeah.
Yo, Carnage
Max, Max and Carnage is really cool. But I'm just speaking towards Miles. We need Miles in the MCU soon.
Yeah, I like all the nods for it, and I do like that in Homecoming we got, what was it, Electro to be like, oh, I thought you were black because you came from Jersey or whatever. What is he telling me? Harlem or he said something. Yeah, and I always thought that was cool, and it's always been. And then Andrew Garfield's like, sorry, like he has to apologize to him for it. Thought that was funny as fuck. But there's always the nods and shit like that. But again, I think that they're gonna cheat it and use the Spider-Verse as the new Miles Morales character. They're just gonna bring him out. It'd be dope. Dan, can you imagine if they use like the animated version of the character in the movies? Because they did that with the Spider-Verse when they were showing that there was human beings like not animated, like the Prowler that was caught in their universe. So like, can you imagine in Secret Wars if it was the animated version of Miles Morales that was with Spider-Man?
Yeah, but then you gotta get that weirdo that fucking everybody hates.
Which
Miles
one?
Morales.
The voice actor guy that no one likes now because he's a creepy dude and like
he's a weirdo. Because he's a weirdo.
Poor guy ain't got no riz, but he's cool as Miles Morales. People are like, "Hey, you gotta."
Yo, how are you Miles Morales and you don't got no riz, bro?
Yo, I like the idea of like people go up to him and be like, "Hey, man, you can't talk to girls that way. You got to give him space. Like, quit smothering me." He's like, "Nah, man, I'm gonna do my own thing." I couldn't say the line from the movie. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. It just starts creeping on him real heavy and shit. That's fucking.
All right, we gotta get some order here. We haven't even gotten into our topics yet. Let's.
Well, shit, I didn't even get to say. I don't like where Secret Wars is going. I don't. I really don't. And the reason why is I got two ideas that I think. One, we're either not going to get the Black Order, or we're not going to get the people that were on the life raft, and they're going to be replaced with the Young Avengers, which no one gives a fuck about.
Bro, there is no way we're getting a fucking life raft in this movie, bro. Like, you're gonna have to kind of manage your expectations for this shit.
No, I think we are, because the Fantastic Four have to make their way to that incursion, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we're going to get a life raft like during that movie, and it works out really good. Like let's say by chance, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of theory, right?
Okay.
Franklin Richards going to be born.
Mm-hmm.
Galactus is moving to the Earth because he thinks it's like another Tiamat or whatever. So he feels Franklin Richards' power, and he thinks he has to go there to devour the planet because it has that nutrient or whatever the fuck, because that's what he used to do.
Okay.
Right? He goes to the planet, but then Dr. Doom goes because he knows that that's the Fantastic Four that he was fucking with. Like that was the one that escaped his world when he conquered it.
Okay.
So then he finally finds them. The planet is going to be destroyed by Doom, Doom or whatever, if you want to call him the Ivory Kings, or I forgot what he was. A ball. Remember, he had like a real crazy name in the Secret Wars comics.
Okay, good. I'm trying to follow you right now. Don't lose me.
And while he's destroying the planet or causing an incursion, Reed Richards already anticipated this because he knew the multiverses were collapsing, created the car or the vehicle to go through the time, which is the life raft. Mm-hmm. He gets his family, but in the middle of the incursion, remember, he loses his family, and then Dr. Doom creates Battleworld without Reed Richards. So I think he loses the family, he loses everybody. Doom is the reason why the world's collapsing. They have to escape and come to our world. It won't be their world combining with ours. I think it's going to be the Illuminati world that we saw in the what is it, Multiverse of Madness.
It was Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, I think that is going to be our version of the Ultimate Universe crashing into ours, and those people are all going to have to fight each other. But that's how I think the life raft happens.
Okay,
but again, the Life Raft had some amazing people in it too, like in the sense of storytelling, right?
What were you saying, Derby?
I said I think it's a good theory, but I think you're overthinking it, Chris.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I'm giving them way too much credit. Do you see how I try to give them, like Marvel? I try to give them credit. Like they
no, you don't give them too much credit. You are relying too much on the source material,
Right.
and it's not gonna happen that way. There's just zero shot that within a 2-hour movie they are going to explain any of that. There's
It's gotta be a 3-hour movie.
Even if it's a 3-hour movie, they're not.
They're
there's
split it. Yeah,
there's no way that they're going to be able to explain that. So they're going to have to condense that shit, and there is going to be zero. As I'm saying, zero Life Raft. We're not even touching that shit, bro. Yeah. We're not touching that. There's just no way.
I mean, it's just crazy because other than that, like by chance, like how would you guys start all of these people on one planet?
I think that
just remember that in the entire essence of Battle World, Doom removes Reed Richards completely. He's not at all a member of it. There's no Reed Richards in Battle World. He did it on purpose. So that one Reed Richards that was in that vehicle, whatever it is, a Life Raft or not, has to get there from an outside source in.
Again, you're going off of comic book resources. Like you gotta stop thinking that way.
Oh, I mean, like, okay, but
like, we're in the MCU, so we can only build up of what we know from what we have right now in the MCU, right? When it comes to what we know is that the Fantastic Four is going to be on this planet that is going to be destroyed, right? These are our theories, right? They're gonna leave. For whatever reason, we don't fucking know. Dr. Doom is going to be privy to his universe being destroyed, and he's gonna go try to save everything. We don't know exactly how this is gonna play out, but what I'm saying is, I would just try to dial back the
idea
references here because
because even Civil War wasn't even close.
It's not even close. Like not even close to what it was. So like, everyone does. But Chris, I've been telling you this. You didn't like Civil War?
Yeah, I didn't like the movie.
Yeah, not Winter Soldier, Civil War.
No, he said he didn't like Civil War.
Yeah, he didn't like it, right? You didn't like it, Derby, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that didn't like it.
Derby. All right,
I'm okay with it, but there was a lot of.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was all right. Like it was cool.
Derpy, let me ask you a question. If you were to put let's take Winter Soldier out of it.
Yeah.
What movie? Which movies would you put over Civil War?
You talking Captain America?
Any movies, any MCU movies. What are you putting over Civil War? Off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head. Infinity War.
All right. Okay. No. I will accept that. Go ahead. Civil War, Endgame. Which are the ones?
There's so many.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. There's not. Civil War was a great fucking movie, bro. Civil War was our introduction to Black Panther was fucking amazing, bro. That was fucking great, bro.
It just didn't feel like Civil War to me.
Well, all right. I guess. Listen,
because there was a divide between the teams, and it really didn't feel like a divide until the end of the movie.
And again,
what?
Okay, no, you got to listen to what Derpy's saying.
There wasn't a divide. There was a whole battle at an airport with the divide. What are you talking about?
Wait. But you got to understand that the reason why is there's a mental confusion from comic books to films. And the reason why is like, why would anybody that's a normal person that's going to go watch a film care about Civil War when, again, there wasn't a dynamic big change between the superheroes at the beginning, only like in the middle to the end? Because even Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man was just like, Look, we have like what made
Sokovia Accords. The Sokovia Accords was the catalyst to all that. So I don't want to hear that shit. Like, you have a reason for why that movie happened. And then after that, you got balls to the wall action from start to finish. Listen, I'm not the biggest Civil War fan, but I'm not going to allow people to shit on that movie. That movie was good, bro.
I mean, I'm not shitting on it, and I don't think Derpy's shitting on it either.
I'm not.
It's just the fact that. Go ahead, Derpy. Go ahead.
It just didn't feel like it. Civil War to me.
Yeah, the reason why is dynamically in the comic books. And again, I know you're gonna say like source material, and don't do that, right? And I agree, but
you literally had all of the you had literally all of the Marvel universe involved in Civil War. We don't have that in this. So what were you expecting?
They could have. Okay, so there was big parts that happened. First, Robert Downey Jr.'s character, Iron Man.
You have a fake. Listen, you have a fake Thor killing Hercules. And
no, it was what's his face?
Giant Man.
Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's character.
Was it Giant Man?
Yeah, no, not
Giant Man.
No, the other guy. It was Lawrence Fishburne's character in Ant-Man 2, the black guy, Gargantuan, or he has like a different name.
I thought it was
Goliath.
Yeah,
Goliath. It was Goliath. So, he literally the Thor.
So it was a clone. It was a clone Thor
made by Iron Man. And
listen to what we're saying. You have a clone Thor killing a fucking god, basically, or a demigod.
No, just a dude. Goliath. It's just regular Goliath. It was Lawrence Fishburne's character, the university guy.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just a regular.
That is not. Where were we in the MCU where that was going to take place?
Okay, so
what were your expectations on that?
So, three things that they had: Cloak and Dagger, which were very important. 3, Spider-Man came out in the movie, and then Civil War, Spider-Man did way more, and then gets fucked over by Iron Man. And
Spider-Man almost dies.
Killed.
He almost died. Exactly. He almost dies. And Punisher saves him.
Punisher saves his life.
Yeah, listen, I know the story, Chris. What I'm saying is, where were you getting that in the fucking MCU at that point?
No, I mean, that's where we're understanding is like, for what it's worth, the movie was okay. But for what it was and for what we got in the comics, like, it's so difficult.
I impressed you with my shit right there. You ain't know I knew that shit, right? You ain't know that I knew that.
No, I know you know comics. I don't mess around. And we've talked about it so many times. I guarantee, I guarantee we've talked about it enough that you're like, okay, fuck, I'm gonna check this shit out. And then you check it out and you're like, holy fuck, like, it's a masterpiece.
It was awesome. It was good.
And I tell people all the time, like, the comic books can be taught in literature in school on how much of these events are. They're so good and they're so dynamically great and they're written out very well. And some of the assets are there, and we understand it's very hard to pull off and film and whatnot. But the thing is like, I hate the fact that Marvel puts the titles of these comic books that are such masterpieces on these movies and then give us like shit. Like, give us really bad. Because even right now, like, you cannot comprehend Secret Wars without thinking Secret Wars.
It's not.
And it's like, okay, if it's not going to be Secret Wars, then why call it Secret Wars? Like, why muddy the waters? In other words, why muddy the waters with that title? And why not call it something different? They call it Doomsday. There's no fucking comic book called fucking Marvel Doomsday. Like, why not call
that was the Audible. That was the Audible because
100%.
It's supposed to be King's Dynasty, whatever the fuck.
They don't have that either in the comics.
Fair.
Yeah.
Listen, man. I just think we gotta relax on some of the shit, dude.
100%. 100%.
Listen. Selena's like we gotta kind of calm down on some of the on the conversation when it comes to that. Like, there's just no way that you expected Civil War to be Civil War. Like, there was so much shit that happened in Civil War,
100%.
and that movie was fucking awesome. If you didn't appreciate that movie for the action, listen, I don't give a fuck if it has nothing to do with
the comics. Yeah, it was still comics.
Fun. That was a
blockbuster.
That was a fun fucking movie, bro.
Yeah,
that was a fun. It's hard pressed for you to give me a movie that was better than that in the MCU that's not named
Winter Soldier.
Endgame. It's not named Endgame, Winter Soldier, Infinity War. It's gonna be hard pressed, bro. You're gonna be hard pressed to name a better movie than that, yo.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree. It was one of the events movies. You know, he had so many characters coming together and stuff. Well, let me ask you something. Just we'll cut it here because we've already. I can't believe we talked about this so much. It's so good though. It's passion.
Yeah.
Between you, I think I asked Derpy this last week, but I'll ask you again, Derpy. Out of all the Secret War stories, either the old one, the second one, and the back in the day, or the new one, what are like two major things you would love to see come to the live action?
So I told you I'm a fan of the 80s Secret Wars.
Mhm.
You don't need to have a story. Like it's literally bad guys and good
Battle
guys.
Royale. It's fucking Fortnite with all the superheroes.
It's Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
Fortnite. It's basically fucking Fortnite. And I love when Galactus, I think it was Galactus.
Yeah, he gets fucking doped.
Yo,
Gets stabbed by the Beyonder and shit.
Yeah, Galactus is a bitch, but I just love how Ultron just gets executed off the bat, bro. Like,
yeah, straight.
Like off the bat. And at that point, he was one of like the strongest or the most vilified people on the planet.
100%.
He gets Galactus just destroys him all off rip, and then that sets the tone. And then I get to watch Spider-Man
get his black costume.
He gets his black costume, but
that was a dope one.
The X-Men kind of like don't trust Spider-Man. It's awesome.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of shit that goes on in the 80s Secret Wars that you can actually implement better in
live action.
In live action than you could if you went with the Hickman run, because the Hickman run is so intricate. It's a bunch of layers.
Layers, dude.
It's so in depth that there's just no way that you're gonna fucking do.
You're gonna fit that in a film.
There's
no way. At least 2 hours. At least 2 hour film. There's no way.
There's no fucking way.
But you know what? I don't know if you guys ever realized this, but we did get a nod to the old school Secret Wars during Endgame. Endgame. And what it was when Thanos blows up the Avengers Academy or whatever that they're at.
Okay.
The Hulk is holding up the fucking building. And that happens in Secret Wars. That happens in Secret. And there's a whole thing where he's holding up like a mountain and all the Avengers are kind of chilling out under him. And I was like, thank you, bro. That's dope.
I have been saying this for the last 2 years, bro. If you're gonna do a Secret Wars, do the 80s run, bro. It is so much easier on you to run, bro, in a live action, bro. There's no, and it's gonna be nonstop action. You have good guys versus bad guys. Bad guys versus bad guys.
You literally run like a Saturday morning cartoon.
It's literally a Fortnite. It's Fortnite, bro. That's what it is, bro.
Derpy, what about you? What are two things that you would like to see from the comic books be seen? It could be like a panel or a part of the comics. Anything. What would you like to see come out?
I told you I've only been watching through videos, but maybe I would like to see the original that he maybe the
80s one.
The 80s one.
Cool.
But here's the thing, like I mentioned this last week. How's the audience gonna even take all that in if they can't even barely handle Endgame or Infinity War?
Well, no, I mean it's like Civil War. You're just gonna get a bunch of people together to beat each other up.
That was my original question, is because there's no build up to it. So how are we going to not fuck the casual fans? How are we gonna take it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I kind of feel like in that situation, if they do the 80s one and it's simple and it's just action packed,
it's just simple.
We as just regular comic book people are gonna be enthralled, just like fuck yeah, dude. We
and so are the normies. The normies don't need to know
it. Yeah, it's just chaos. They're just gonna absorb all the chaos. So I feel like 80s one would be really, really easy and cool and fun and shit like that. And I feel like us as the readers are going to be the ones that get robbed because we know about like the masterpiece that
the Hickman
is so
run.
good.
I get it,
but there's no way we've said it before. There's no way that they're gonna pull something off on that grand scale with that.
You don't even have a Black Panther, bro. Like,
yeah,
you don't even have a Black Panther. There's no way you could do the Hickman run. Like, just literally no way. You don't have you don't have Captain America, bro. Like
Thanos.
You have Thanos.
Yeah, you have Thanos.
There's just no way you run the Hickman run.
You don't have Maximus the Mad, the Black Bolt's brother, that's fucking running an audible, trying to raise the rebellion and shit like that. You know what I mean?
What's the guy that I like? Oh my god, I keep forgetting his fucking name every time. The cool looking fucking villain. I forget it.
Is he one of Thanos' dudes or what?
No, what's the fuck, man?
Oh, Apocalypse?
Not Apocalypse.
Oh, the Apocalypse is in it too, though.
The gold guy that has the fucking the horns and shit, man.
Oh, Helix.
Not Helix.
Yeah, the guy in Secret Wars, the fucking he's the he has the alpha sign on his chest.
Yeah,
Alpha and Helix or something like that.
Yeah, like how do you
even introduce those guys?
Yeah, like what are we doing? Like what are we really talking about, bro?
You would need fucking Star-Lord to go back to space to run an audible hard, man. To get
like you guys realize this movie is coming out like next year. Like there's no way they're getting all this in the next like year or two. There's just no fucking way, bro. We have to kind of manage our expectations and just ride out with whatever we get, bro.
So for me, what I would like to see, the two panels, or I would probably say three, is of course Black Panther coming in with the Infinity Gauntlet. Like I would love to fucking see that. I wouldn't even need to see him come in with the Marvel zombies at the end. Just him pulling it out where Doctor Strange gives it to him and he picks it up. I was like in tears in the comic books when that happened.
That's an iconic panel, by the way.
Yeah. The other one would be from the comics. It's not in the film. Doctor Doom ripping Thanos' spine out to show people like.
I think we're getting that.
Yeah, we don't have a Thanos anymore. We get a King Thanos, which I think they just might throw it in there as an audible.
We're definitely getting that. We're definitely getting that.
And the last one would be either Captain Britain jumping into the Marvel Zombies thing into the wall with that big ass panel where it's like the wall and him just like long jumping into it, or when the thing stands up as the wall. And he's like just a kaiju version of himself, and then he starts slugging it out with Galactus. Like
we don't have a molecule man. Like
dude, I'm telling you,
what are we talking about, bro?
It's rough, man.
Like what are we talking about? We have to have a molecule man within the next 2 years. Like where in the slate do we get a molecule man in the next 2 years, bro?
That's why I said I'm really hoping that that actor guy that they pulled for Fantastic Four is him, and they're lying about him being Mole Man. What's his name? That actor.
I remember you. I kind of vaguely.
I hope they choose him. I think he's really good. He plays a lot of crazy people. Like he does that very well. So to have a dude that knows he's like a multiversal character of himself, like I think he'd be really fantastic as an actor to bring him. And then he'd be so iconic as Molecule Man. Like what a role to play, like in being that important. And what in the fuck you do with Adam Warlock? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do with him? Like,
I mean, at least at the very least, he's around.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do? You know what I would really like though? This is super fucking random.
Adam Warlock was on the cover of a Secret Wars fucking comics.
Yeah, you remember that shit?
Like that's crazy.
Black Bolt Speakeasy.
What do you mean?
The bar that Black Bolt would run in Secret Wars. Remember? He used to do the suit and tie. Medusa would come in and sing. Black Bolt is a guy that can't even use his voice. And he runs a fucking speakeasy. Like, I don't remember the speakeasy. It's so cool. He just wears like a suit and tie, white collar shit, real dapper. Mm-hmm. And he just runs a bar, dude. Like, and all the superheroes go through that shit. And I always thought that was badass. I was like, dude, that would be really cool if that was like the Nowhere vibe. The head of the Celestial kind of thing, like where people in Battle World kind of all congregate. I think that would be dope. But yeah, man, I didn't think we were going to talk that long about this. Is fucking crazy. But yeah, let's get into regular conversations. We did have a conversation earlier about this, Brian, but I don't know. You said you wanted to bring it up and talk about it just to see point of views and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Harry Potter?
I did. Yes.
Can you give us a rundown? Because it's a little dicey, and I want to bring it up. There's a lot of people that are in and out about it. Like, give us a rundown, dude.
Yeah, sure. So there is going to be, which a lot of people have heard, there's going to be a Harry Potter show on HBO, where some of the casts have been announced.
Yeah.
And John Lithgow, which is my guy, I love John Lithgow. He is honestly, he's the only one that's been confirmed as Dumbledore. And there are 2 other castings that were rumored that aren't confirmed by trades or by the actors themselves that have been a little bit, I don't know what's the word, heated. So you have Janet McTee, which for those who don't know who Janet McTee is, she was the lawyer in Ozark, which I don't know if you guys ever watched Ozark. That is one of the to me, that is the best TV show of all time.
Nice.
She did an amazing job as the lawyer. So she has been rumored to be playing Professor McGonagall. McGonagall. And then there has been another rumored casting of a actor called Papa, and excuse me if I'm saying his name wrong. His name is Papa Esidu. And Papa Esidu. And what's interesting about that is that he has been rumored to be casted as Professor Snape. Okay. And for those who don't know who that actor is, he is a black man, African American. No, he's not African American. I think he's African, who has been casted as Professor Snape, which has garnered a lot of attention on social media. And so now my question to you guys is, how do you guys feel about Professor Snape being race bended?
Derpy, I'll let you go first, man.
Why you gotta put me on the spot, man?
Because that's what happens, man. You're a guest here. You gotta go first. You gotta dip your toes in it, man.
As a fan of the originals,
okay,
it caught me off guard a little bit. But I could see it.
There's no life raft here, Derpy. Just go for it, man. You're swimming in the ocean, bro. Just go for it, bro. How do you feel?
You jump in. Yeah, jump in about it.
It really caught me off guard. I mean, everyone loves the originals, the movies, and I just don't understand why they have to reboot it.
That's good.
Okay. So you don't understand why they would race bend such a beloved character, is what you're saying?
Yes.
That's cool.
All right. Fair enough. So if you were the showrunner or an executive that were putting this show together, you would keep Snape an English actor or a white actor. Like, that would be your preferred casting.
Don't let Brian bully you.
Yo, if the answer no, there's no bullying. If the answer is yes and yes, listen, I'm not gonna. There's no right or wrong answer here. Like,
yeah, it's just opinions based. But don't get nervous.
Opinion based. Like, no one's gonna judge you on it. Like, honestly,
you're safe. You're in a safe space.
Of Adam Driver being a
all right, so fair enough. So okay, and there were talks of Adam Driver.
Oh yeah, he would have been nice.
A better pick. All right, so Adam Driver. Okay, fair enough. Chris, what do you think?
I think it's stupid, but
why do you think it's stupid?
I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, you already have, like Derpy said, there's already a generation of people that grew up with this. There's books, there's references, there's everything. Yeah. Am I saying that this Papa guy doesn't have the talent to do it? No. I think he's cool. Like, he's the actor. If he got chosen, he's got skill.
Yeah.
But J.K. Rowling has been doing a lot of fuckery in the past for her political nonsense bullshit. And she got called out a lot about it. You know, oh, Dumbledore's gay because after the books, which isn't even written down, you know, he sucked a bunch of dick or whatever. Like, she made up a bunch of bullshit about the characters being gay after it wasn't even established in the story. It's like, why would you do that? She's pandering. Yeah. That's pandering. That's pandering to get people who aren't reading your books to read your fucking books and be like, ooh, look, there's 7 books. She'll buy them all and try to see where all the gay parts are or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's pandering. It's her just trying to sell books. So now she's in a situation, she's bringing it back out. And now what she wants with diversity? She wants fucking diversity now. What was there not? Did she not feel there was enough diversity that she put in the first movie, and now she feels guilty?
But I don't know. And I don't mean to cut you off. I don't know how much J.K. Rowling has to do with the hiring process here, though.
Well, then that goes to the purpose of what we talked about before, where we get a younger generation of people that think that their bullshit matters when they're trying to change the origination of the stories and go over the owners of the stories who didn't do it in the first place. Yeah. This is Star Wars. This is all of that shit. And this is what people have openly stated as a community, as a whole herd, that they fucking hate. They fucking hate this shit. When it's blatantly done in front of their faces, people hate this shit. And again, we talked about there's nothing against this guy. I don't think there's any problem with a black actor going out doing black actor things. What I hate is when people try to coerce us into believing that they need to bring a black actor to do a white actor's gig or job or whatever, and then say, oh, it's because they were better fit for the role, when that wasn't what the original thing is. They're just pandering. It's just pandering. It's always just pandering. Unless you're going to bring in someone who really, because again, and I've said this a million times before, and Denzel, the motherfucking man himself, Man on Fire, said this himself. There is a difference between how a child that's white, a child that's black, a child that's Asian, and a child that's Spanish, a child that's Indian, how all of us are raised dynamically different. Mm-hmm. So the way that we all come to that nature is going to be 100% different. I'm going to ask you this then. I'll ask anybody in the crowd, anybody that's watching. How do you feel dynamically a difference would be a white Snape during that time frame or a black Snape during that time frame in the UK? How do you think they're catered to?
I think this is an appropriate time for me to answer and explain how I feel about it after explaining it. Honestly, I think this is a bad decision.
Okay.
This is a bad decision. Listen, I am all for inclusion. Yep. I'm all for representation. And Derpy, this is the reason why I'm saying this, is because there's no wrong answer here. There's nothing that you can say to me or to Chris, or I even think our fans that are listening on how you feel about this, because there's a lot of ways you could feel about this, and they're all valid, to be honest with you. I think this is a bad decision. I think that as the actor, you could pick better spots to showcase your talent, as opposed to subjecting yourself to a very established fan base that may or may not be accepting of this. I think that you're putting yourself in a situation that it's not in your favor. If you really want to dive deep into this, you know, I'm playing the legacy game, and there's other avenues to where, you know, if you want to incorporate original characters there,
that's even better. That would be even better.
You can do so. To take someone that's like Snape, that's such a beloved, and not only beloved, but an important character in the lore of Harry Potter, you're asking for this type of drawback, and it's already here. So I think this is a bad decision. I've said in pre-production, if I was this gentleman's
PR and stuff,
PR management or management or whatever, I would tell him to rethink this.
You know what I find really cringy? Is we already know what's going to happen for the gaslighting part when they're doing the PR for all the
interviews. It's over.
Yeah. I guarantee the one thing this guy's going to say is, "Oh, I'm paving the road for POCs and people of color," and it's like, bro, what about all the fucking 20 years of of people of color actors that have paid the role already. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I get that. No, but I don't think we should be in a position to
talk for them.
Not talk for them, but to take a statement like that and then dismiss it. It is of weight for that because there is a group of people that will like to see that and representation.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
They're not gonna have our or just my. I can't speak for either one of you, but not gonna have our views on this. And they don't give a fuck about you race baiting or gender swapping or whatever. They don't care about that shit. They just want to see a black person of prominence on the screen. And that's okay.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't think
there's anything against it.
There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, from an aspect of you putting yourself out there, I don't think this is the smartest of moves. If you want to do it, more power
good on
to
him,
you.
though.
Yeah,
good on him. Yeah.
More power to you.
Yeah.
I just think that where we are as a society right now, bro,
it's rough.
It's gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be rough, and it's gonna take away from the project. Like, no matter what you think, it's going to be the talk of the project itself. Yeah. It's gonna be the talk of it. Like, that's going to overtake the talk of the project. And I think that that's just not what, especially if you're a black actor, that's probably the last thing you want to do is to have the talk be taken away from your performance.
Your career stuff. It could be like a career killer, right?
I don't know if it's a career killer, but I don't think that you set out to have the conversation about whatever project you're doing to be about your race. Like, as an actor, you don't set out to do that, right? You don't set out to have that to be the front of the conversation. You want your performance and the performance of everyone else around you to be the conversation. You don't want it to be, oh God, this guy is a black guy trying to take over this white role. Like, what kind of narrative is that? Like, that's crazy.
I even think like they're doing this and they're putting it out there so much to raise awareness, because other than that, I really haven't heard anything of the Harry Potter show. You know what I mean? Like, what other information have you heard other than surrounding the idea that Snape's gonna be a black guy? You know what I mean?
But there's no awareness though. Like, there's no awareness to it. It's just you basically switching out
one character and
a white guy for a black guy. Yeah, there's no awareness to it. It's basically like, and then not only that, but I mean, if you really want to dive deep into it, Snape is not a loved character. So now if this might be reaching, this might be reaching.
He's very loved.
But no, he's loved by the audience. In the world of Harry Potter, Snape is not loved.
Well, at the end of the story, you end up realizing he's the hero.
Yeah.
So everybody at the end of the story loves the fuck out of it. Even Harry, he names his kid after him.
You had to get there to that.
That's some major spoilers, Chris.
Yeah, you had to get there for that, but before you get there, he wasn't loved. Like, he was kind of shunned.
Yeah, nobody liked him.
So now you have a black guy that's being shunned. Like, that's
rough. Yeah, because he was like a ex Death Eater before he gets into the academy. Like, he worked with Voldemort. Like, he was like Voldemort's like right hand man. Like, there's a lot of shit.
There's some shaky shit, especially now you have him as a black guy that you're opening yourself up to that you don't have to. That's what I'm saying. It's
weird. I understand. I mean, again, I think bad PR is still PR in general. I think that Harry Potter boat like sailed a long time ago.
No,
it's always going to be a fucking.
That's for like some low. We're talking about Harry Potter here, bro.
No. I'm not saying that it's fucking forgotten or anything like that. I just think it's one of those
Harry
things.
Potter does not need that.
They need something, because that Grimwald shit that they were doing for a bit, that was bad, dude. Like, they need to return. Either they're going to return and start over and revamp, or they're going to need to do a continuation of the original story. So
it didn't start off bad. It started off good, and then they just ended up shitting the bed with it.
Yeah, but they weren't as except what were they called? The Fantastical Beast, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that story. Like it was cool. Like I thought it was badass
The
that we were
first
gonna
one,
get
the
like
first one made a lot of money. Yeah, the first one made a lot of money.
a lot
It
of
was
money.
good, and they shit the bed with it.
Derpy, what were you gonna say?
So the first one was good, and then
Yeah,
exactly
I
what he
was
said.
Shit the bed.
I was super excited to see fucking Wizards in World War II, man. Like I am not even fucking kidding. I was really excited to see Wizards on the goddamn battlefield. I mean, I don't think we really got it, but they had that whole scenario where Muggles, war scenario, all the fucking tanks, and I was like, motherfucker, we're gonna get a war against Wizards, a real fucking soldiers against. That would be fucking badass to watch. I'd watch the fuck out of that movie, dude.
I wish they did with Harry Potter.
Right? There's something about it that you're like, yo, the occult, Hitler, fucking World War II, the just that whole entire dynamic with a little bit of like Hellboy, like the Hellboy essence. Like that would have been fire, dude. That would have been a badass.
I think Chrissy, thank you for tuning in. She says Snape was just heartbroken. That's what made him so mean. And I think that
but
again,
you think of that again.
This is me reaching, and I know that's what it seems like. But to have like the mean black guy, it's just not a good look, bro. It's not a good look.
Chrissy, if you're late and you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about the new Harry Potter series that's going to come out. They recasted. Well, they didn't recast. They just casted and finally got a new actor for Snape, but he happens to be like a black man. And a lot of people the talking point is like, how can you take a character like Snape, who's primarily a white person from the original series, beloved character, and then make him a black man and try to sell it to us as like making him a black guy? Like, so, I mean, I understand both arguments, but I don't think that the race really matters, but I think it's very, because I mean he could probably pull it off, right? But I just feel like this is more of like the company pandering.
He can't.
Company pandering.
He can't. There's no way he's pulling this off. Like there's just literally no chance. Like
no. I'm talking about skills wise. Like I think acting he could probably do it. But I think this is a bad move because this is the company trying to pander and do this gaslighting shit into the stuff that a lot of people are not looking at anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you said, the current dynamic of how people are accepting entertainment has changed drastically in the last.
I don't even know if it's gaslighting because like I think that he literally has the chops to play this character.
Yeah, he does.
I just don't think that it's the right time for that. And there's nothing wrong with saying that out loud. Like
yes, during the time of Harry Potter's childhood. Like they're revamping the whole series. We got a whole new characters. It's going to be a whole new not retelling because it's probably going to be the same shit, but just they're just going to redo the movie, which I don't even understand because the movie's not even like that old if you think about it.
It's a series. It's not the movie. It's a series, but I just think that this isn't the right time for that, and
100%.
They should seriously rethink that. Honestly, for the actor's sake, I don't think that's a good idea.
You know what I wish they would do with Harry Potter?
Tell me.
I wish they would do a prequel, not like with the houses.
Okay.
Like we would see what, like, you know, Salazar Slytherin and.
Yeah. Didn't they touch base on that in the Wizard movie with Jude Law?
I think they kind of they did
very little, but I think they did.
I wish they would just do a complete series based.
Just a straight up, right?
Yes.
See, that's like me. I wish they did a Pokemon War movie, dude. I'm
telling you, like they have the Legacy video game that you can do a whole fucking show on that, bro, where you have a clean slate.
Right.
Brand new. Expand the world.
You can literally expand it, and you don't need any of these characters, and you'll be fine, bro. Yeah. You're probably still gonna get some kind of pushback for having a black character in a
perfect comment. Right there.
Yeah, perfect comic from our boy Michael Betancourt. Good to hear that you're healing up and you're at home already, my man. But
yes, my boy.
Far better fantasy stories out there than having.
Can I say something really quick? Yo, Mike is my boy, bro. Like, I love Mike.
Boy.
I love Mike, man. I talk to him, and I talk to him a lot, and we have some really good stories and really good conversation, man. I love Mike. Thank you for being here, Mike, man.
Yep, appreciate
Thank you for being here on Earth, bro. Like, you're fucking awesome.
Time to heal up and time to get strong, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, other than that, I think we've covered the majority of the Harry Potter thing. I think we
Yes.
only wanted to cover like 10 minutes, but we ended up getting some good time with it. Chrissy says before we go, in the books, they talk more about the house elves, Snape, the first war with Voldemort and all this stuff. Like they really, really get into stuff. And they had to cut, she was saying earlier that they had to cut a lot of stuff out of the movies that were in the books and stuff, which is understandable, you know, but again, Harry Potter is a really good example of how sticking close to the source material may be a successful situation. See? So I'm only saying. I'm not trying to start any fights, but source material work. Source material works.
It's not happening, Chris.
It's not happening. Thank you. Listen,
no cap.
Derpy, I love Derpy. Second day here, bro. Second podcast, he gets it, yo. It's not happening, bro. Let it go.
Let it go. Let
it go.
I'm singing it.
That's so funny. Okay, well, actually, we're gonna jump into the next part of the conversation. Derpy is a man of myth, legend. We all love him. You know what I mean? He is a big DC fan.
Yes,
the next part is the thing that we're gonna be talking about some DC shit. Me and Brian called me up earlier this week and brought up some really, really good points about this shit. But yeah, Brian, WB in turmoil with the DC reboot, man. Now that Superman's gonna be returning. Mm-hmm. WB's kind of in a crashy situation. The studio has, we talked about this before. They've been hemorrhaging money for a long time. Mm-hmm. They own Universal Studios. They own a lot of stuff. They get a lot of money, payouts and stuff, and for what they've done before. But it's looking pretty dicey with the reboot of the DC universe. It's not the Snyderverse anymore. What's going on with the WB situation in DC?
Yeah, it's and like you said, dicey is the word to say it. An article came out, I want to say about a week ago, from Puck News, which is quickly becoming a very reliable source for insider news. They came out and said that the WB is in a really, really tight situation. So a quick rundown before we get to the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes of this. WB Films
WD-40.
WB Films was taken over by Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi. If you don't know who those two are, they're the ones that gave you Joker 2 and Mikey 17, which have been both bombs. Like, let's just call
I saw Mikey 17 and it was a hard motherfucking watch. Good idea. Yeah, good idea. Bad fuck. I got real bored real fast.
I'm not watching that movie at all.
It's bad. But you know what? Like, I give it up. Like, it's kind of funny though, man. It's funny, but goddamn, dude, like, jeez, it's a lot, man.
It's that bad.
Well, I'll talk about it a little bit later.
I'm not watching that fucking movie at all.
I was kind of interested.
Dang. Yeah, me too. Like, listen, Derpy it's an interesting concept.
Yeah,
but from what I've heard, it's not worth the time. But you have Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi to thank for that. Those were the two that brought you those two movies that just shit the bed, basically. And basically what the narrative is in that article is that WB is giving their creators too much leeway. So when it comes to Mikey 17, the guy that made Parasite, they gave him too much leeway. They gave the guy that did Joker 2 too much leeway, and then they just basically just shit the bed, basically. And then not only that, but when it comes to advertising and marketing your movies, which a studio would need to have in place in order for you to make money, they got rid of the guy, Josh Goldstein. They got rid of that guy, and now he's a free agent to go do whatever the fuck he wants. So now WB has nobody in place to market their shit. It's basically just a shit show, which all falls back on David Zaslav. Zazzy is over here just winging this shit, and he's in a situation where now his company is relying on Superman to be a smash.
It has to be
So now it changed from us having a conversation about Superman being a smash for DC to Superman being a smash for the whole fucking company.
And you know what? I was thinking about you the other day because a friend of mine, when we were driving to the fights, we were talking about the Superman and if I saw the trailer and all this other stuff and what I thought about it. And you know, we casually agreed on the stuff that we had talked about, which was like we felt there was a lot of things in the trailer that were going on that we don't think that are gonna fit in all of that film in that amount of time, right? It seems like it should be like a couple of movies to build this character up and things, but there's a lot. But he made a really good point when he said, "Yeah, but the dude didn't even say anything."
Yo,
and I was, yeah,
I said that.
yeah, I know. That's what my guy said. That's what my fighter said. He's like, but you think so, coach? Like the guy didn't really say anything in the trailer. They're like the Superman dude, like, you know. And I was
we still haven't, and we still haven't heard.
And he's a normie. He's like a regular dude that just casually. He's not even like he's not even like diehard. Like I'm gonna say we're diehard. Like when we watch this shit, like we're expecting. We go in. We love this shit. Like, and this guy's just like, oh hey dude, like do you see that guy in the blue suit or whatever? Like us, we're like that's Superman, bro. Like put some fucking respect on that name or whatever the fuck, right?
Bro.
But he said the same thing you did in a more casual way. And I was like, fuck, that's the everyday person. That's the everyday person that's scared because of that factor.
Why have we not, like, listen, I get it. We got the teaser trailer, but it's been like months since we got that teaser trailer, and we haven't got another trailer. And there's been we have not heard Superman other than what did he say? He said
just one big joke. Oh my god, that's funny.
He said something about his dog. Dude, there's been no dialogue this entire time. Do you like there's a reason for that, bro?
Yeah.
And not only that, but DC is not gonna be at any Comic-Con this year.
Oh, dude. Is that confirmed?
Spoiler alert. Yes, spoiler alert.
No, Brian, dude.
Spoiler alert.
Oh no.
They're not gonna be at any you have Superman in the tuck, and you're not at any Comic-Con?
Brian, you remember me last year, right? You remember me last year being like, yo, he's gotta have something. I mean, San Diego Comic-Con's about to come
and
out.
What did I say?
And you were like, nah, there's no way. Like, and I was like, bro, give him a GoPro or something, like some behind the scenes something, dude. Like, a highlight video on TikTok, like give the people something. And now we're here a year later, and this shit's supposed to come out the same time. We got Fantastic Four's trailers
this year.
We got those motherfuckers on stage last year at Comic-Con with a fucking inflatable car, like doing a whole ass show. And Gunn doesn't have anything.
Derpy, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You would agree that Superman is a pretty big deal, right?
Yes.
It's a pretty big deal. Dude.
Right? I don't know. I don't know.
It would be if you're gonna come out with a Superman movie, it's a pretty big deal. Being that your movie is coming out towards the middle of this year, within the next couple of months, actually. In the next couple of months.
Yeah, the same time Fantastic Four's coming out, like a week later.
It's in a week later. It's like 2 weeks after. Yeah, 2 weeks after Fantastic Four. Would you not have another trailer by now, other than the teaser trailer?
100%.
CinemaCon.
You think that's what it is, CinemaCon?
Yeah, that's what he said last year.
Look, there's my mom. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom. Derpy, do you believe that? Do you think that we're gonna get another trailer at CinemaCon?
Yes, either that or Superman Day.
Which is what?
Superman Day.
The 18th of April.
18th of April.
It's the day they celebrate Superman. That's like his day.
It's my daughter's birthday. Yeah.
Now your daughter's Superman. Yeah. Straight up. That's awesome.
I would not want her anything associated with Superman at this point, because this is
you're like, wait a minute, we're gonna have to let this go wasteland.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think, and this is just me being candid, I think that this movie is DOA, and I think that if they had something, we would have seen it. They would have been putting it in our faces, paws, for the last couple months, the last couple weeks, the last couple days. They would not, being what I just told you on how important this movie is, right? The fact that we haven't seen anything means they don't have anything. This movie is DOA, bro.
Oh, that's rough, man. That's
I'm
super rough.
sorry, bro. If they had something, if they had a really banger,
They'd be
like
confident.
if they had a banger on their hands, bro, we would
Yeah.
be seeing it.
Yeah, there would be that opportunity for the directors and everybody to be confident. They would be flaunting it. They'd be
The
like,
Super
"Hey,
Bowl,
we know."
the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four, Lilo and Stitch, they all dropped their shits before the Super Bowl. The
Mhm.
Super Bowl had no major drops. That would have been
Wow,
a
shit.
major. That would have been a major
Reveal.
reveal or opportunity for
Yeah.
DC to drop a trailer.
At
They
least
didn't
to
drop.
quell everybody's anxiety on how bad it's gonna be. Because like even right now, like the only thing that I've seen come out of this studio or whatever is an article on a website from some podcast or some interview of them like redirecting the concept of what reshoots are. Like trying to tell us like we don't know. Like they were like, oh no, guys, well Superman's already doing reshoots. And everyone's like, "Chingao, dude, reshoots like Captain America, all the movies I get reshoots that everybody already like, oh, here we go, dude, like they're gonna fail." And they were like, no, guys, we reallocate funds from the movie that we get to always have money for reshoots. So reshoots happen all the time. It's a normal everyday experience. The negative comments that people are putting out shouldn't make you think. And I'm like, bro, don't do this.
Okay.
Please, God, don't do this.
So Chrissy, so this is my question to you. She put up a very fair
Very fair
statement saying probably not in the budget. Again, we're talking about Superman.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, that's hard.
What is not in the budget for Superman? Derpy, let me ask you a question, bro. If you have a Superman movie that's coming out, would you agree that the budget is thrown out the door and you're just
or limited?
Yeah, it's unlimited. You're just like there's no budget. It's Superman. Like
Yeah,
you're
100%.
you're trying to get this in front of everybody and getting people excited about this movie. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
All right. So like I get it, like it's not in the budget, but we're talking about WB, bro. This is Warner Brothers. They have money, bro. There's no such thing as not in the budget, bro. Like there is at this point we are right now, you need to really ask yourself, is it not weird the fact that we only have one trailer so far? And it's not even a trailer, it was a teaser trailer. It wasn't even an official. We haven't even gotten an official trailer yet, by the way. Yeah. Like we've gotten a teaser trailer to a Superman movie that is saving your company, not the DC studios, but Warner Brothers. And we still like that's weird. Like you need to start asking yourself why we haven't gotten that yet.
I don't understand where a company like DC doesn't understand that the character of Superman is a character that's embedded in Chris, like American history.
They get it. It's just the movie sucks, bro. Like I can't say this any plainer to you that like the movie that they have right now is ass. And if it was good, we would be seeing it. It's ass, and they're hiding it from us, bro. And WB is caught in a fucked up situation where they have to depend on this movie to save their fucking company. And it's ass because you put James Gunn in the helm because you got these two schmucks that I said earlier that are just hiring people for no fucking reason.
For no fucking reason.
And they're just wasting fucking money like they did on James Gunn.
Yep. That's fucking wild. Did you see the little trailers and stuff for the Toxic Avengers?
I did.
Toxic Avengers? What'd you think?
I did.
Looks a little weird, right?
I'm an 80s baby, so the Toxic Avengers are
they were cool back in the day.
Yeah, they were cool to me, bro. Yeah. So like I don't know if at my age right now I want to see it.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But it was cool.
Yeah, that trauma style filmmaking and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if fundamentally it formats back into what we're doing nowadays in film. But James Gunn, I guess he's about it. He's really passionate about getting it out there, right? But yeah, I don't understand what DC's doing, and they can't fumble Superman. Like I would not know in the current dynamic of comic book films where we would be at if someone fumbled Superman. They can't fumble Superman.
Strap
Like,
up.
and that goes across the board, dude. Like, that's for Marvel and DC. Like, if these people, because this guy is coming out of Marvel as one of like their top dog directors, and then fumbles Superman, which isn't even close to being as awkward as the Guardians of the Galaxy, which he made successful. You would think this would be an easy layup, fucking layup.
I don't think it's a layup. I just think it would be more visible. We haven't gotten the last thing we got was Super Bowl, and that was that weird fucking Green Lantern poster
Crypto.
that we got. And
Yeah.
Like
that's right.
You remember that shit?
Yeah, it was like a picture gif, right?
Yeah.
That was
the
weird.
last thing and that was in February. Like that was the last thing that we got. We haven't gotten anything
just
since.
a fucking picture. Just three pictures motioning together. Yeah, it's weird, man. I can't fathom
when
it.
is that movie coming out? Does anybody
Superman?
July 11th.
Yeah.
July 11th. We are
summertime.
in March.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, March.
Yeah, we got like 6 months. 5 months.
What? March, April, May, June. It's 4 months.
Yeah.
That's less than 4 months.
Yep. And there's nothing other than we've seen everybody else in the trailers.
So we have less. All right. Again, let's all just take this into account. There's less than 4 months before a Superman movie comes out, and we've only gotten a teaser trailer so far. Is that not weird to anybody but me, or am I in the fucking Twilight Zone right now?
No, I think it's weird. Derp, what about you?
I trust Gunn.
Do you really? Okay, so I'm gonna ask Derp. Derp, you need to take it away for a little bit. Like, you're a pretty solid DC fan. You've told me this before. You kind of prefer DC above Marvel and all this other stuff. But like, you're gonna have to lay it on me, dude. Like, you got to lay it on us. Probably Brian too, man. Like, why is it that you feel that in the current state and what we've seen, that you still feel that James Gunn is like in the positive? I think Chrissy's I think she's more of like a Marvel fan because I don't think she's really been behind the DC stuff for a while, right, Chrissy? You can ask in the comment, but in her situation, she's already going in a negative aspect. So like that's the ticket they're not selling.
Derpy, you know sell me on this. Sell me on this.
DC, okay.
What?
Derpy's like, what? Oh, Derpy, we were saying like
sell me on what I have to look forward to or excitement wise with Superman when it's being that there's less than 3 months to go before this movie is released, and there's only been a teaser trailer so far. Sell me on it.
Do you want everything spoiled?
No, not spoiler, but just kind of like.
No, that's what I mean. Do you want everything spoiled before the movie comes out?
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you a question. What do you know so far? All right. Fair enough. What do you know so far about this movie?
Absolutely nothing, which is a good thing.
Okay. So then what is going to attract people to come see this movie if you don't know anything?
The character.
Okay. So he ain't wrong. I mean, he ain't wrong.
No, that's fine. So okay. So now you have the hardcore Superman fans and the James Gunn fans, which is a small niche. How are you getting the normies to come in? Now again, Derpy, this is not going to save DC. This is going to save the whole fucking company of Warner Brothers.
Yep.
What is going to bring the normies in to see this movie? Tell me.
That is the question.
Thank you. That's all I need to hear. That's what I need to hear. This one want to hear. And that lets you know this movie is ass, and they know it's ass, bro.
So let me ask Derpy. Derpy, you feel that you trust James Gunn in the driver's seat right now for the Superman movie?
Yes, I do.
Why is it you trust him? Like, I not in a weird way or whatever. Like, I know the Guardians will probably be like a talking point and stuff, but like James Gunn, this isn't even going to be his first DC film. He did Suicide Squad 2, which was
I like that movie, by the way.
Yeah, which was better in my opinion than Suicide 1. But we all know that the director of Suicide Squad 1 felt the pressure from the Guardians film and then went and jumped and tried to jump back on the, you know, the music and all the other stuff, the soundtrack. And he tried to run it in the same format. It didn't work. And then they brought in the guy that guy got inspiration from. And then he came in and did Suicide Squad 2, which he openly in the very beginning of the movie takes out main characters that are really proficient or very well known in the comic books as heavy hitters, kills them real quick in stupid ways, and then later on kills main characters that have been staples in the system, and then makes Harley Quinn, a girl that does gymnastics and I don't know, does coke through her eyeballs or whatever, take out an intergalactic cosmic god known as the Star God or whatever. That was the first DC villain as for the Justice League, like that big of a format, like a world ender. And Harley Quinn takes him out with a fucking harpoon and I don't know, her cool gymnastic skills. Like this is where James Gunn took that character and the villain. What format do we have that Crypto is not gonna like one shot Brainiac for no reason? Like what do you think?
He can't answer that, bro. Like
I can't answer that.
Why not? Why not?
He can't. That's a really bad question because like.
But don't you feel scared knowing that he does these kind of
okay? All right. So this is what you're trying to say, right? And this is what I've been saying this entire time is that James Gunn. Listen, I liked Suicide Squad too.
I did too. I
liked it. But James Gunn has a very acquired taste. He's not for everybody, bro. Like let's call it this way. He's not for everyone, and that's been you can dig this back. This has been my problem the entire time. Is like now you have Superman in the hands of a person that is an acquired taste. That's going to be an issue. Like that's going to be a problem. There is no way that you're going to acquire the fan base to be on the James Gunn train where there's nothing there to hold on to. We don't have a trailer, dude. We don't have an official trailer yet. Like, what is gonna drive people to see this movie? You have nothing. Yep. Like Derby, I get it. You wanna be in James Gunn we trust. I get that, and I salute that. That takes balls, but there's nothing driving people to see this movie other than it's Superman, and that is DC. And the last time I checked, DC doesn't have the best track record. So, like, where do we go from there? You see what James Gunn is putting you. You see what spot James Gunn is putting you into, bro.
That's fair.
Like the stress.
At least if we had another trailer where we heard him speak, or we saw some dialogue, or we saw something, right? We don't have anything, bro.
What's CinemaCon again?
Like next month, I think.
Yeah.
So this is the thing about CinemaCon. And honestly, you need to be careful about what you're asking for CinemaCon, because CinemaCon usually shows entire movies. So if there's anything being shown at CinemaCon, I think they show the whole fucking movie. If they show that movie at CinemaCon, bro, it is going to be the worst thing that Warner Brothers has ever done in the career of their existence. I promise you that.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of dicey.
The best thing they can do right now is keep doing what they're doing and not showing anybody anything.
Just sit on it.
And sit on it.
Yeah.
Which is what I told you from the beginning when you were like, "Oh, come to this con and show." No, fuck that. I'm not showing you nothing.
Yeah, I just
if I don't got it, I don't got it. I'm not showing you nothing.
I mean, it's just however they decide to like PR their stuff, right? You're looking at an event or a film being 4 months out. There's going to be a San Diego Comic-Con maybe between here and there, or whatever we called it, Colossal Con or Comic-Con or whatever it is. And there is opportunities for them to make sales to get people in the theater seats. Okay. This is what they've been doing for years. Hall H is famous for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And here we are 4 months out, and like you said, they're not dropping any social media trailers. They're not dropping any even television trailers. There's literally not much. And even not only that, during the Super Bowl, they put pictures up of not even the main character of the film, just some random dude that no one's gonna give a fuck about. You know what I mean? Only like some people that saw, I don't know, Firefly or whatever the fuck that Nathan Fillion has done in the past. Just like the pseudo nerdy science people that know who he is. Perfect opportunity to even like, dude. And like I said, what can these guys do? Let's say there's a San Diego Comic-Con, something of that size, that they can actually get away with doing something and advertise. I mean, fucking take Nathan Fillion, dress him up in the fucking costume, have him walk in and talk shit. Like, at least you're getting
Who the fuck wants to see that?
I would see it. I would be laughing my ass off.
No.
I would laugh my ass off.
No,
I really would.
I'm done, bro. Fuck that. Give me Superman, bro. Like,
100%. But what if you don't got to do again?
You've been tickling my balls for the last. Listen, they should have had something at the last Comic-Con. I'm giving
Super
them
Bowl.
grace.
Like again, Super Bowl. They did not even show Superman. They showed the Green Lantern.
Fuck the Super Bowl. They should have had something ready, like you said, at the last Comic-Con. It's been a year since then.
Yeah.
They should have had something at the last Comic-Con, but they didn't. They skipped both Comic-Cons. And then they gave us one teaser trailer. They skipped the Super Bowl, and now you're telling me that you want another fucking Green Lantern fucking
again, because they can't do Superman. They don't
enough is enough. Give me Superman, bro.
The only thing we know about Superman right now is he's got like a lazy eye, or what's that shit that everybody's making fun of him for?
And he can get his ass beat.
And he gets his ass whooped.
He can get his ass beat, and he's got a dog that'll save him when he's in a bind. That's all we know. That's all we know so far.
It's a little dicey, dude. It's a little dicey. Not a little. It's fucking dicey.
And James Gunn, we trust. Yeah, right, man. Listen, I'm pulling for the guy because, like, if he fails, this is like more major than fucking DC. But like, this is not looking good, bro.
Derpy, one little question before we go back. We're gonna jump into talking Daredevil already in a little bit. But what's something in this Superman film you'd like to see? Derpy, you there?
He's there.
What's something you'd like to see in the Superman movie? Or is something you're hoping for?
Well, it's kind of a spoiler.
Spoiler?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm actually interested in more than the supporting characters, more than just Superman. Like,
okay.
I know how you feel about it, but that's what because it's world building more than
100%.
More than just a Superman film at this point.
Okay. Which one of the supporting characters are you excited for?
Metamorpho.
Oh, good call, dude. Good call. Way to get in there. Way to get in the pockets, dude. That's pretty cool. Way to get into the pockets. I agree. Metamorpho is going to be cool. I like the whole concept of all the side characters because it makes me feel like the Superman character, they're going to use that film to ship in the Justice League of America. And then later on in the future, we're going to get like the Justice League like in space in the Watchtower and all that shit. But we're going to get like a small group. Like their Avengers team is going to be the Justice League of America. Small, very tiny, a small group, very Watchmen and stuff like that. And then later on, it'll turn into the craziness that the cartoons had. But yeah, man, I agree. Metamorpho. I think Mr. Terrific is an interesting concept. That's what I'm kind of excited to see. I want to see what they're going to do with this character.
Yo, I'm trying to hold my
composure.
I'm trying to hold it in, bro. Like, it's not weird to you guys that you guys are interested in anything
characters that aren't even the main character. Yeah, I know. No, I agree. But it's Superman. I think it's because of the concept that we're
that's the whole point, though, Chris. Is
no. I agree. I think it's just the concept of the reason why we're not thinking about it is because we're just assuming it's gonna go as it always is. You know what I mean? And we hope we get good.
For me, again, I'm pulling for him, but I knew there was a red flag when I knew there were multiple superheroes
in the film.
This movie. That's a red flag. You don't need that in a Superman movie, bro.
Yeah.
Like you don't necessarily need that. That's Superman, bro. Like maybe it's just me and where I play Superman on my bracket of superheroes, but I don't necessarily need the lamest fucking Green Lantern in my fucking Superman movie, bro. Like I don't fucking need that, bro. I don't need half of these fucking like I don't need these have these characters. And that teaser trailer, I saw more side characters than I did the actual main character in the fucking movie. Like again, these are all red flags that I don't know if people are paying attention to. Like that's weird.
You know what I thought was really crazy, as a matter of fact, is we're getting more earlier like little trinkets of Supergirl before we did for Superman, because Supergirl is like far off, and we get more talks of like Lobo and the pictures and the director chair and
I'm
studio
mad.
And all that stuff.
I'm mad because
I know what I'm talking about, right?
I love Superman, bro.
Yeah.
I listen. I pick Superman over Goku.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I am on record saying that Superman whooped Goku's ass.
Would
say Derby?
You're lagging a little bit for me.
Oh yeah, you lagged out right now.
Did I?
Yeah, just a little bit. You're coming back.
I'm back now.
Yeah, you're a little bit better right now.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I was saying that
Goku over Superman. Superman over Goku.
I'm pissed because like I hold Superman in a higher regard. Like
Straight.
Superman is the fucking man, bro. Like,
100%.
and I love Goku, but I think that if it came down to it and the sun is not blocked or whatever, Superman's whooping Goku's ass. And I just hate I just hate the fact that I gotta rely on James Gunn to deliver me a Superman that I can feel great about. I don't feel safe in that, bro.
Yeah.
And I know Derpy is all for it, but there's just something about it that's a little bit off, bro. I'm just sorry. I gotta call it out. Like there's something off. There's just something off about it, bro. Like I don't know what it is. It's something off about it, and nothing is pointing in a direction that is making me feel better about it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I think in Derpy, you can tell me if I'm wrong in this, but like as a DC fan, I feel like you guys are just like starving for something. Like starving for something from this company to give you guys something what you want, because you see the other company doing, I mean, they've done well in the past, but doing worse. But what's up?
I've been like this since 2008.
Yeah, you see, like I feel bad, dude. Like, yeah, you just feel bad for people that love DC because you know they deserve to be just as much as producing stuff as Marvel. Because of that company, it's so good. It's got a bunch of great characters. I mean, even with, we're going to talk about it in a bit, but like even the success with Invincible, just as a cartoon, like DC needs this kind of momentum that they need to be moving with, man.
I don't feel bad for DC. DC's had some wins. Wonder Woman,
yeah. Their whole animation side is amazing.
Wonder Woman, Aquaman won the animation. They have some wins, bro. They just decided.
Yeah, but all of that stuff's thrown out now. Now they have to restart again. Like that sucks. That really does suck.
I guess.
In that sense, and like Derpy said, it's been like that since 2000 and what?
8.
Yeah, 2008. That's rough, man.
That's a stretch. I don't.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'm saying I've been starving for a universe since 2008 because you got Iron Man.
Okay.
Started it off.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We'll have to see more. Hopefully James Gunn get his head out of his ass and give us something, man. Because they need it. They really need it. He needs a win. DC needs a win. I think we need to make some type of hashtag and get it going. Like DC needs a win or something. If not, I'm gonna send Derpy their way, and Derpy can handle them. Like easy.
Wait. Before you move on, I have one more quick question about this. How do you guys feel about Superman being the catalyst of the whole company's trajectory? Not DC. We all know that if Superman is ass, DC is done. But
yes.
What about Warner Brothers is like this is beyond what we thought. We all knew that it was going to be. Yeah, we all knew it was going to be DC would be done. But what about the whole fucking company being done?
I think, in my opinion, there's no other character in cinema entertainment history that could stand that. Like that's it. Like Superman is the man. If it would be such a beautiful story to know that a comic book hero that has been everyone's hero since the beginning of time, prolifically above everyone else, saves the studio, and he's not even real. And him as a hero saves this universe, like saves this studio as a hero. I think that would be a fucking milestone. Like he deserves to have a statue in Warner Brothers, deserves to have, you know, a fucking holiday, deserves to have his own park. Like it deserves to be as big as Bugs Bunny, because it had been Bugs Bunny for such a long time. And then Bugs Bunny just lost all momentum during the Mickey Mouse takeover and video games and all that stuff. Yeah, so they need someone in front. And I think Superman is that guy.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They just actually took all the Looney Tunes off of HBO Max.
Did they?
Yeah, but how much momentum did he get? Yeah, you see, he just laughs.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, right? Like it's crazy. It used to be Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny used to be right there, like fucking orange carrot, standing next to all the, you know, the pillars and stuff. But it would be great to see Superman on there, like standing next to the fucking WB water tower and all the pictures and shit.
Listen, I'm just gonna put this out there. Let's say Superman tanks and Warner Brothers goes under. It's not the end of the world if it's not the end of the world if a company like Universal buys Warner Brothers, and now you get your Bugs Bunny and Superman back, but now actually have a competent company
competent studio that's doing Harry Potter and all that shit, right?
At the helm. Yeah, I'm just saying, like there's another side of this that is it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I know it sounds dicey, but I still think Disney takes it.
There's no way there's no way that as a conglomerate, like it's like it would be a monopoly at that point. There's no way that people would sign up on that.
The Flash, though. Vince, stop. You're going to make everybody go crazy. He's like, the Flash, though.
Yo, listen, I don't know if Vince agrees with me, but the Flash wasn't that bad of a movie, bro. I'm going to say it, man. The Flash wasn't that bad of a movie. Yeah, the CGI was a little bit wonky at the end of the movie, bro. But I like Ezra. Ezra is my Flash, bro. And I've said this plenty of times, so don't.
I'm like, I don't agree with it though. Hawaii don't agree with you.
I said this plenty of times, bro. The Flash is not that bad of a movie, bro. Yes, he was bugging and he was wilding the fuck out. The CGI was a little bit wonky, but that movie was fucking awesome, bro.
Hey, Cody, what's up, man? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you, Cody Ortiz, MMA fighter, man. What's up, boy? I mean, for what it was, Ezra Miller himself is just a weird guy. So, but the Flash movie, it wasn't too bad, but the CG.
You hated it. What are you talking about? You hated that movie.
Yeah, but I mean, I hated it more for the sense that they kept him around and they didn't just fire his ass like they did to everyone else. You know what I mean? And it was weird because like the Johnny Depps, the fucking the Kang guy, Jonathan Majors, like all of those dudes went to trial and all of that stuff, and then it came out like some of them, you know, what was it? The Pirates of the Caribbean guy was released innocent. Jonathan Majors was released innocent. And now they're kind of like, okay, cool. Like, we apologize. We're going to see what's up. We've heard it from the studio. Ezra Miller straight was like fucking kidnapping motherfuckers, robbed a family in Hawaii at 2 a.m. Like, and it wasn't like, maybe. It wasn't like something that we were like, really? Was that something real? No. This was like motherfucking real shit that he was doing. And they were like, hey, man, we're going to fire him. He's a little weird.
I'm not going to sit here and try to defend fucking
Yeah, we can't because no one could at that time.
What the fuck? All I'm saying is the movie wasn't as bad as everyone
I like the Supergirl chick. I thought the Supergirl chick was a G, man. I really liked her. Like, I thought
Michael Keaton is my favorite Batman again. Yeah. So, like, that alone touched a spot. And honestly, I do feel as though Ezra Miller is the better Flash. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, to the CW guy, I bet, because I mean that guy. They found that guy.
But you are advocating for him to be the main Flash. I don't believe that. I think Ezra Miller is, again, we're never going to see Ezra Miller as the Flash again. But like,
Yeah, man.
if we were up to those two, I would take Ezra Miller, dude.
Yep.
Personally.
I was gonna say drawing straws on that situation. Yeah, that guy ain't coming back never, man. But yeah, the Flash was okay. Again, I like the Sasha chick. I thought she did an amazing job. The ending was a little weird, but they made, you know, I mean, it's the Flash. We had a whole fucking rundown of that. Yeah, we had a whole rundown of it. But yeah, interesting stuff, dude. Like, I think, we'll see what happens. I mean, we got apparently 4 months left before like all of this comes to fruition. I don't hear a lot of people being excited, but you know what? Like, it's Superman. Maybe just the name, the representation, the reputation of the character is going to bring people to.
He doesn't sell. He doesn't sell. Like, let's just like, Superman does not sell. He has never sold. The last time he sold was like the 60s.
Well, I was going to say, you know what? Like, I guarantee there's going to be people that are going to go watch it because they're going to want to compare him to Henry Cavill. That was a big enough.
Us. We're going to.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people are going to go watch it.
Listen, James Gunn has my money. Like, he has my money already. I can sit here and talk shit all day. We're going to go see it.
We're going to be in the theater watching that shit.
What about the normies that they need that money too? In order
once they hear, Superman movie, yeah, let's go. I'll take the kids or whatever. Like, I think it's just chill. Just because of name alone. I think they'll get out there.
But what if his ass though?
Then the second week of people that hear that Superman's out, and they're gonna be like, no, it's ass, because they're gonna ask all their normal friends that went to go take their kids, and then we're gonna get the arguments. We're not the audience. It's a kids movie. The Superman's a kids character. We're gonna get it all. We're gonna get it all. It's all gonna be the same shit. But we'll have to see what happens, brother. We'll have to see what happens. And yeah. Onward to the next part. We have 2 more parts of the conversation. It's 10:30. It's 10:12. We're trying to get to 12:30. We're not on too late. I don't want to keep you guys going, but let's go ahead and jump into this. I don't think it's going to be much talk on this, but Daredevil Born Again. Daredevil Born Again has released. The season is out. It came out literally like 2 weeks ago already. It's been out for 2 weeks. The first 3 episodes. I haven't seen the 4th episode. I understand who the villain's supposed to be, but I saw the first 3 episodes. You guys have seen it. Derpy, did you get to watch Daredevil?
No.
Did he say no? He said no, right?
You said no. Yeah.
Oh, god dang it. Derpy, are you okay with us talking about the show and doing all that stuff? And anybody in the audience, if you don't want to hear spoilers, we're probably gonna jump into spoilers in a little bit, but we'll let you know. But Derps, are you okay with spoilers?
I'm okay with it because.
Okay, good shit. Brian, it seems like you and I are the only ones that have seen the show. You are a big fan of the Netflix series. I am too. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
DC or Marvel, has come out and said all of this universe is the Netflix series. Mm-hmm. And we got our first return back to the series, Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus. Hit it, bro. What did you think?
So wait, you guys didn't talk about it last week?
No, I didn't get to watch it. So we were like, we didn't get to see it. Triggs, I don't think Triggs saw it. So this is fresh.
Listen. Okay, so being that Derby didn't see it, I see that Chrissy hasn't seen it.
She's seen it. She said I've seen it.
Oh, she said she has seen it. Okay, my fault. I read that wrong.
Rob's seen it.
Damn, I don't want to spoil it. Because it's only the 3rd week, right? It's only the 2nd week.
Yeah, and it's not even the full series out. It's just the first 3 episodes, just the introduction, just introducing the characters again. I don't think you're really missing too much on these first 3 episodes. But...
So we saw the first 2, and then the latest episode. Honestly, episode 1, and I think we talked about this behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. Episode 1 was my favorite. That was more like the original series. But then I also understand that the tonality of the show changed after the first episode because there was some last minute changes there, whatever. Episode 1 is my favorite. Episode 3 is my second favorite. They're gonna have to ramp this up for me. Like,
they can't do that Disney secret. They cannot do that.
At this point where Disney is with me when it comes to their shows, they're gonna have to wow me with this one.
Yeah.
You can't take over something like Daredevil and give me some
Echo shit.
some mid shit. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, it just goes back to all those other series that have been popping off where it's like, you know, we always get caught looking like dumbasses, and it's just Marvel doing it where we're like,
They
nah,
start
we're
off
very-
good. They start off good, and then they just shit the bed.
Well, it's always like the first episode has a really good entrance, right? And they leave a good cliffhanger, and then the second episode comes in, it's kind of third episode, fourth episode, and it's usually like 8 episodes, right? So then it's like we always assume, oh man, like the 6th episode, if it's 8, is gonna be like where it ramps up. And then the 6th episode comes and it doesn't ramp up. And we're like, oh fuck, we got a season finale and then we got a finale. What are they gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the season finale starts happening and we're kind of like, oh shit, like I don't think they're gonna make the landing. Like literally, this is every Disney conversation we've had for like not WandaVision. I think WandaVision was still like the best. Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was kind of like this. And then from there, each series that came out, except for Moon Knight. Moon Knight was exciting. Moon Knight had a good dynamic.
Honestly, every last show that I've seen on Disney Plus has been good. The first like 5 episodes, every last one of them.
Secret Wars, or Secret Invasion. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I told you. Listen. I was holding out on Secret Invasion until like
I know.
the last episode. I was caping for Secret Invasion. Listen, if you go back and watch Secret Invasion, it's a good show. It's just the finale was so egregious and so bad that it takes away from the whole fucking show, which is a fucking talent, if you ask me. Like, you should not be able to erase your whole show on one episode, but they managed to do that. They managed to do that. I like Secret Invasion. I think that it's Samuel Jackson in a fucking show. You can't, like, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
so, like,
I mean, I'm not denying that he doesn't do good as Nick Fury. I like the guy that does the fucking
I'm telling you, it's a good show. Listen, I'm not gonna argue. I argued Secret Invasion enough, or whatever. This show, I like it. I do think, again, my favorite episode was the first episode. I need more of that. I need more action. I don't need more talking, love romance. Like, we're at the stage of Marvel where it's time to kick shit up. Like, we've been through the storylines, the mid storylines. Bro, I just want a show where there's just nonstop action and nonstop violence, and that will keep my mouth shut. Period.
Yeah. I think so watching the first episode to the third episode, I think the first episode did good, but I think there was a lot of nonsense that was in it. Like, I'm
fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it, but like comparing it to what Disney's track record is, like the nonsense never plays off well. Never plays off well.
All right, so then give me just mad action then.
Because nonsense was the last time we saw Daredevil and She-Hulk. We introduce him. He has a badass action sequence the first time they meet. Really cool dynamic. And then the writers that think they're better than everybody else are like, yo, let's fuck this character up. Let's just walk of shame, all the funny shit. And then you're going to take that character and try to put him in this dark tone. Like this tone of like noir and try to give him seriousness. And he already looked the fool in the other fucking series. You know, Marvel already made him look like a dumbass in the other series. So now we're here all serious, crying and people dying and all, and you expect me to take this guy like he wasn't just like, you know, a big sex joke in another series. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't like when they do this shit. Like, that's just what it is. But again.
All right. So great question from Vince. And I would normally not address this because fuck you for trying to get at me for Thor Love and Thunder. But Secret Invasion or Thor Love and Thunder, if you had
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion?
Yeah. It's easily over Thor Love and Thunder is such shit, dude.
It's probably Secret Invasion. Listen, again, Secret Invasion is not bad. I dare anyone to watch that again and tell me that was a bad fucking show, and then it just the bottom falls out. And that's been Disney's problem. they can make these they can make these shows, and then just the bottom falls out, bro. For some reason, I don't know what is going on with them, but like the bottom just falls out, bro. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I hope you realize in Secret Invasion and the over dynamic story of Disney or Marvel, they kill Maria Hill, who takes over for Nick Fury after in the comics. Which okay, they kill her in that story, which I don't even know why they did it. And then they made Rhodey a scroll, which now they only have 4 months to explain before Secret Wars starts.
Awesome.
And then you're like, fucking awesome.
It's fucking awesome.
Which is the same equivalent to Doctor Strange going into like some weird portal with Clea at the end of his movie, because they have to explain that in the next 4 months also.
Okay.
Before. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many weird things that these people choose to do. And then you have that weird chick that's now in Britain that has everybody's superpowers. That
I was gonna say, like, that's not weird as compared to the fact that we have a super being that has
everyone's power.
Everyone's fucking powers. Like that to me was fucking weird. Like that was fucking weird, and that took away from that show. Like that was weird.
So again, that goes with these people in the writers' rooms that are thinking that they're way above, or they have these like really tropey, like, oh, we're gonna get them with this zinger or whatever.
Yo, you killing Maria Hill, like that is ballsy.
Yeah.
Like I loved it. I loved it because that was ballsy. Like you didn't see that coming. That was ballsy, and I love the balls of you guys to kill such an important character that we've known for the last 10 fucking years. The last 10 years we've known her, and you killed her in some fucking Disney Plus show. That was ballsy. Like I loved it. But you giving this chick, and now she's kind of like the most powerful being in the
now she's just lost in translation. that was a little just lost in translation.
That was a little bit much.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like yeah, there are parts of the show that are good, which I'm not saying, but that goes across the board. Like there's parts in every one of these stories that is good. But the overarching nature of each independent story that they're delivering doesn't work well. Like it doesn't work well with the over dynamic. So here we are in Daredevil, and again, pandering to the people that love the Netflix series and understanding that the Netflix series is almost like a masterpiece itself as a superhero story series itself. They did a master class in that. Like knowing that they pulled that off with Daredevil, and then they struggled with like Iron Fist, and then Jessica Jones was like mid, and then Luke Cage was a little bit better. Like, you know, you could see them working around that idea of what they did with Daredevil. For whatever they did in Daredevil, they had a struggle matching it in every other series. Even in the Defenders, Daredevil was okay. But in the first series, that was like Tony Jaa, that was Jackie Chan, like the whole walking scene of him fucking him up in the hotel or wherever he's at, and he's beating the fuck out of him in the apartment. Like all of that shit, the hallway scene, those are like almost like instant classics. Boom, cinema classics, real cool. Marvel sees it and they're like, yo guys, we got all the cast back. Yo guys, look at the dark tone of the fucking way we're doing this. We got it, baby. And then they give us the first episode, and it's him chasing Bullseye up the stairway. And there's no fighting. There's no fighting. Awesome. You're just running up the stairs. There's no fucking fighting.
No, fuck you. That was awesome.
All it was a shaky camera guy. They weren't even fighting. They were throwing fucking invisible knives at each other.
I don't care what you say. That was fucking awesome.
And then again, exhaustion was the number one thing that beat the fuck out of both of these guys. They were struggling to get up a fleet of stairs after the fight, which I get. The fight scene, hand-to-hand wise.
Okay. What since then has been cooler than that? Tell me.
Well, it just came out like last week. What do you mean?
What? No, I'm asking you.
Like in the sense of like shows?
Yeah,
like, so I mean, it just came out like 2 weeks ago. Like,
so we have 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that the coolest thing I've seen so far is episode 1.
Yeah. It was a good dynamic. It was cool. Like,
what has been better than that since then?
Nothing in their series. I mean,
all right then. So then, like, what are we talking about? Like,
I'm just talking about the series on what I feel is something that I just think it's going to fail. I just think the series is going to fail. Like, again, what people are looking for is what we were getting in Netflix. Everyone's asking, even earlier, I think.
And that's what we want. Yo, episode 1 was Netflix. That's like I've seen the narrative and the conversation.
Derpy, you're cool. You're cool, Derpy. You're cool. Derpy still there?
What happened?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're good, bro. You're good.
Yeah, like again, we're not really talking spoilers, but like episode 1 was
it had good dynamic. Was it as good as Netflix? No. It was close, but not as good.
Close. It was close.
It was close. I'm not gonna deny that.
It was close. I think that's the reason why I like that episode so much, is because that was the closest that I can get. Though the Netflix Daredevil season 1 specifically, I'm not a big fan of season 2. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of season 2.
They just couldn't nail it after it. Season 1 was a fucking banger, dude.
Season 3 was okay, but season 1, dude, was fucking dope. And I got the same feeling that I got the first time I watched the season 1. I got that same feeling watching episode 1 of this season, bro.
Okay.
And I have not gotten that since then. Although the last episode with the court scene, it was cool. I liked it.
It was good.
Like, I liked it, but I don't have that same feeling that I had with episode 1, bro. I'm sorry.
Respect for the guy that played White Tiger. He passed away.
Yes, R.I.P.
So,
yes,
R.I.P. Man. Shout out, baby. Shout out, baby. Look at this dude coming in like seconds before the end.
Yes, I need to know. I need to know his goons. Listen,
Triggs, welcome back, dude.
Triggs, how are you, bro? Man? How are you, bro?
Good, man. I'm sorry I'm late, guys.
Don't worry about it. You're right on time. How do you feel about Daredevil in season 3?
Bro, gas.
4, I should say. Do you like it?
Gas.
Favorite episode?
What was that?
Favorite episode?
What's your favorite episode so far?
So far, first, dude. That first episode I thought was a great tone.
Yeah. I'm not denying it. It said it was very close to the Netflix series, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a great tone setter. It was one of those things where it's like, dude, like, I think it was a bit fan servicey, like at the very, very beginning. It was very much like, hey man, you guys want the action, we're gonna fucking give it to you. And that's exactly what they did. They gave it to us. And you know what? I'm all for it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Give me that shit.
Question. Do you think that it was a disservice, being that knowing that the rest of the season was not going to live up to that expectation? Do you think it was a disservice giving us that in the first episode and then dragging us out the rest of the season?
I think it's still too early to tell, ultimately, because we still have the rest of the show to go.
Okay.
Like, we still have more fights to see. We still have, the whole fight between like the cops and Matt, and then with the Punisher. Like, I mean, we still have like another 7 episodes to go. Yeah,
because it's 8 episodes, right?
Yeah, so we can't discount anything right now.
Okay. I mean, that's 100%. I mean, we were talking about like how Marvel always has this weird track record where they give us, a banger at the beginning to get everybody's attention, and then it like trails, and then
but even then, sometimes those bangers are like literally just fluff pieces where it's not even as grandiose as what we got, in this first episode. Yeah. Like, because in the first episode, like, I mean,
that was fucking awesome.
Right? Yeah. I mean, we got the titular rematch between Bullseye and Daredevil, and Foggy dies. I mean,
spoiler, by the way, you guys.
I mean, I said spoiler.
Well, it's not like a big spoiler, but it's enough.
It's been 2 weeks, but yeah, man. It was definitely a hell of a start. I don't even know if they're all in here.
That's a good point. I was telling Brian, this was during the week, right? We were talking about Daredevil. We called each other, and we were just kind of chatting about it or whatever. And I wasn't particularly happy with the way they handled the nostalgia of the old show with the characters that were from the past. Like how
I think the nostalgia factor was kind of one of those where, like, all right, man, we're gonna sprinkle it in, and
so that they could bring people to the show, right?
Yeah, you better savor that shit. Yeah, because like it wasn't gonna stay around for long, and it didn't. I mean, Karen is pretty much out of the show now. Foggy is,
out of the show.
And I mean, they have been confirmed for season 2, so I mean, they're probably going to be in flashback episodes. I mean, who the fuck
Flashbacks or
knows?
something, right?
Yeah.
Come to terms with that. Yeah. But yeah, and then the other thing is, other than what they're doing in the show, which I'm not really like all that stuck on the aspect of what the show's about yet, because even the way that what happens to, we're not trying to do spoilers or anything, but like the outcome of the White Tiger character, I kind of feel like it was like like an abrupt situation that it really didn't give it the opportunity. It was kind of weird. But
I think it's
again,
more of
not-
a setup. Like, I think that was more of a setup for a bigger character. Like,
Well,
not
I mean-
bigger character.
No,
but-
that's cool. That's cool, but don't like. That's the White Tiger, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, I
man.
know.
100%,
And what
yeah.
I mean is I believe they're setting up not him, but his sister Ava.
No, I get that. I get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And
I think
that's what I mean.
they're gonna
Like-
recover the character in some way, right?
Yeah, and I think that's what they're doing. That's how they're going to recover the character.
Recover it.
That was
through
such a
her.
shit way to take him out. Like
not,
no, dude.
and not through him.
It would have. It would. I'm just saying. It would have been cool to get a
See
little
him in
bit
combat
more.
or something.
Yeah, just to get a little bit more of him before we lost.
Right?
him.
Yeah. No, I get it. You know, it's
Yeah.
one of those things where like it was a bit of a missed opportunity,
Yeah.
sort of thing to utilize him further. But I mean, you know, I don't know, man. This is Daredevil, and so like, while my expectation is pretty high, I also like am managing my expectation that we're only 2 episodes in.
Mhm.
You know, 2-3 episodes in. So
Yeah.
like,
Now
you know,
4.
let's
right?
let's take this at face value and see
Yeah.
like what's gonna come.
I will say this one thing though. I didn't see this coming, but I think we're in the land of this not only being a Daredevil show as much as it is a Kingpin show as well.
I
Yeah.
agree.
We're- we're-
I agree. There's a lot of highlight on
Moving
Kingpin.
parts.
There's a lot
know,
of Kingpin.
Yeah, and it's not even like a redemption thing, but I think it's more of like
An
the
arc,
fall.
full on arc. Yeah, it's a full on arc, dude.
Yeah,
It's a full on
it's
arc.
like the
and-
return to his villain arc or some shit. Like
Listen,
that,
I'm not complaining by any means, because that scene with Matt and
gas, dude.
At the
It was
diner.
gangster.
are you
That was
kidding
good.
me?
Yeah, that was really good.
Vincent D'Onofrio, I don't know if he's going to be up for any awards for this,
But he
but
deserves it.
he's fucking Kingpin, bro. Like, he's
Yeah.
fucking Kingpin, bro. Like, that's my Kingpin from here on out. Like, there's
Oh,
there's nothing else other than that, bro.
Yo, and straight up, the mom of T'Challa in Black Panther 2
Angela Bassett.
she deserved a
Bassett.
fucking Oscar for that film.
Of course, yeah, that's goes.
She
without
a
saying.
fucking. I thought that was a travesty.
Listen,
at the Oscars this year.
listen. I love Jamie Lee Curtis like the next person, but
Yeah,
she
but
did not
no.
deserve the fucking. And
No.
and I love Always Everywhere all at Once. I love that movie, but there should be no way that she won that fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, Angela Bassett did
But
such an
we don't
amazing
gotta do
job
that.
in
We
that.
don't gotta get into that. But
Yeah. Fuck.
Because I'm
Jamie
only
Lee
gonna
Curtis,
get mad.
you did Borderlands.
I'm only getting that, yo.
Rile me up.
But yeah, I'm not disappointed in the series. I thought it was really good, and I know that it's like Trig said, Daredevil is such a fascinating character, not because he just throws punches and does weird shit, but like his story of him being like this like God-fearing hero that uses the devil to strike fear. It's like Batman. It's like literally Marvel's Batman, right?
Exactly this.
Except not rich or
Yeah,
you
except
know,
not rich, you know.
Wait.
Heart of
What
gold
did,
kind of guy.
what did you guys think of him in episode 1 grappling? What do you guys think about that?
Oh, the bullshit that everyone was like, this looks like trash, and comparing it to Ben Affleck's. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck
Grappling?
up. It's not that bad, okay?
What do you mean
Like-
grappling? Like, are you talking like the hand-to-hand combat stuff? Like
No. He means like the swinging, the parkour scenes.
Well,
like,
that
Him
was
swinging through building the building, bro.
yeah,
yeah. I mean, you could 100% see that this was done in a studio. Like you could 100% know that all of this was like studio work. Like there was like green screen, of course, like, but this was in an in-house studio, like the big studios they have. So everything is like fake wood and sheetrock, and there's a lot of parts that look kind of cheese, right? but like you expect that in superhero films. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not expecting and it's a TV show. Like it's not even a real movie. So like, I mean, the budget's always really high, but again, this is where I was telling you earlier. The movement of the camera and the fight scene of Daredevil when he's doing hand to hand was cool. It was okay. Not as good as Netflix because I think that stunt guy they had for that was way better, like the director. But the run up scene, if you really break it down, it's all CG movements of them running up the stairs. There's no knives. They're not really throwing knives at each other.
I think you got it fucked up. And I'll be honest with you. I think the filming and the camera angles and working.
It gave a lot of anxiety, which is good.
No,
it worked the crowd. It worked the crowd.
I think the camera work of episode 1 of this season is better than any camera work of any season of Daredevil ever.
I don't know that the hallway scene that we got, that one
Before
shot
that.
take, that one shot take of the hallway scene that we got in season 1 was pretty fucking fire, dude.
That was
fair enough. Fair enough. But
cinematic gold.
But inside the bar when the doors close and you see them fighting.
Oh yeah, no, I think that
was
fucking gorgeous.
The camera work on that was fucking amazing, bro, and it was top tier to anything we've ever seen in fucking Daredevil, bro. Hands down.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Other than that hallway scene, because that hallway scene was very old boyish. You know,
it was
like very old boy reminiscent.
That was typical. That was typical fucking Marvel hallway scene. We've seen it plenty of times.
You know, yeah. But I mean, that was a way better executed hallway.
It was.
But again, you had a bigger budget in the sense of like you had people taking it more serious because they had to hit the mark because they were trying to get that Disney money going into Netflix. You know what I mean? So they were going to bring in the best of the best. And I think for what we got in the Daredevil episode 1 fight scene was okay. Very reminiscent to Echo. But I think in the longer fight scenes, they realized when they were doing Echo, they were making a lot of like cinematic mistakes, like a lot of like stuff that wasn't really selling camera wise. So I think they pulled back with that and did more of the tossing items while moving and dodging and doing shit, which they can get away with because the actor just does movements and they just add the CG weapons in the shots or whatever. Then there was a lot of just exhaustion. Like I said before, there was just a lot of just exhaustion, tired guys running up the stairs for a bit. And then they get up to the top and then all of a sudden what Bullseye comes out of the stairway and Daredevil apparently like, I don't even know where the fuck he came from. He wasn't even in the stairs anymore. He just like swung in and then landed on the top and then did like a fucking 5-mile jump and landed superhero landing. And yeah, it was kind of, you know,
mark my words. Episode 1 is going to be the peak of this fucking season, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it goes in the same factor of like Moon Knight. Moon Knight had a lot of bangers, dude. But like again, the execution at the end of the story gets a little crazy. I still like Moon Knight's action, and I still like Moon Knight's story overall. In the sense of like this whole street level character, I think Moon Knight handled it very fucking well. And if they take the same format they did with Moon Knight in the sense how they're handling, I think they're going to get a really banger Daredevil series with a lot of good cinema stuff going on. But we're just gonna have to wait it out.
I'm also gonna rewatch Daredevil way more than I'm going to ever rewatch Moon Knight.
No, I'll rewatch Moon Knight. I like the underworld stuff. I like the I didn't like the jumping around too much, but the action sequences, like I really did. I think they handled it very well, like a Batman kind of thing. But again, like you said earlier, Triggs, it's like 3 episodes in, dude. Like it's kind of hard to be like, yo, let's fucking hammer down the verdict or whatever. Well, the only thing I can guarantee we all kind of agree on is let's just hope that Disney doesn't pull what they've done before.
They're gonna shit the bed on this.
The bed until like the last 3 episodes, right? I really hope not, because again,
what we're all afraid of is the acolyte treatment. Like if we're gonna call a spade, you know, to quote my man's here, you know, we're all afraid that they're gonna get that it's gonna get the acolyte treatment. That we're gonna get some good, you know, choreography and stuff like that, but a lackluster story and an even shittier ending and plot. You know, where they're gonna fucking, you know, leave us hanging on some nonsense that we don't care about. Well, the difference is, like with this, I'd have to say, is the fact that people care about this show a whole lot more, and the showrunner cares a whole lot more about this show, and the attention is already there. There's a good basis for this show to expand upon, not just through the MCU, but but through what we've like the groundwork that was already laid in technically 4 seasons of Daredevil, including the Defenders.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of material that they can draw from its own past. So I have confidence that they're going to do right by the show.
Audrey was waving in the back. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. How there's a lot since Disney and Marvel came out and said that these are the cast, these are the guys from the Netflix series, like they're all canon. Like, so a lot of stuff they can work with. And again, that's why I was kind of about the way they handled the 2 characters, Froggy and Karen, right? And then of course we have a lot of people that are nostalgia bearing for of course the Punisher episode, the Punisher reveal. Like, I guarantee that's going to get another fucking kick up on people coming to watch it. But the only problem, and my fear, it's more of a fear. I don't think they'll do that bad, but it's the same thing that they had Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio in Echo. And Vincent D'Onofrio, we see that he still nails the part tremendously fucking well. But in Echo, it was like super watered down.
Yeah, but at the same time,
he's still...
I'd have to also say, like, we also got a subpar, like an upgraded, but it's still subpar, version of him in, what was it, in Hawkeye. And neither of those were original Netflix, like IP.
No, Hawkeye he did all right, man.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna disagree with you about both of that shit. I think he did a great job in Hawkeye, and I think he did a great job in fucking.
I'm not saying he did a great job. I'm just saying that, like,
it's just the way they handled his character.
He was like he was nerfed and upgraded at the same time.
Oh, he was nerfed. Yeah, he was definitely nerfed. But I think acting wise, I think Vincent D'Onofrio. Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio is gonna be Vincent D'Onofrio.
He's always gonna be guest.
He's a G, dude. But I think the way they handled him as an actor, like the way that they wrote for him, kind of undertoned his character in Echo. It made him look dumb.
It was a dumb show.
All right, good. I'm glad we agree on that. But now we have him back to a show where he's prolifically back to being a fucking G again.
Like this isn't like, oh, I got a fucking magic fucking electronic eye. And
that lets me know how to talk to you in ASL or whatever, because I can't fucking learn or whatever. Oh, you're ASL teacher? Let's kill that bitch.
Spoiler alert! When Matt said, when Vincent was like, yeah, I went away and I was with people, and he was like, well, didn't she shoot you in the fucking face?
That was stupid.
Yo, I was stupid. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, I laughed my ass off, dude. I thought it was so stupid.
Most passive aggressive statement ever.
Yeah, I loved it.
I heard literally the guy Daredevil asks him, "Yo, did she shoot you in the face?" And he's like, "Kids will be kids," or whatever. He says some stupid ass shit. I'm like, bro, do you not have a fucking bullet hole in your head?
How did you hate that? Yo, that was
I thought it was so dumb. I didn't hate it. I thought it was funny. I laughed my ass off because he's giving quotes to the idea, and we all asked that question, like, bro, how do you get tanked with a car and then shot in the face and you're not dead? You know what I mean? And this guy's like, kids, it's like, fuck out of here. He was
like, yo, I took it on an intern, and I was like, dude, didn't she shoot you in the face?
Yeah,
you're right. He's like, yeah, right.
That's so dumb. Kids. I'm gonna say that all the time. I see some fucking random brutality shit. I'll be like, kids will be kids. Kids will be kids.
You already know.
Yeah, god damn it. Yeah, but that's the only thing is like, and then of course the debauchery that was She-Hulk, the way they handled the Daredevil character. The intro of him was cool. The rest of the show was just dumb. Like, I just don't want them to shit on these characters when we have such a good nostalgia story of these guys from Netflix coming in.
Bro. Yeah, man. And that's also another good point that kind of leans towards what me and Brian are saying, man. Like, This is one of those shows that they're gonna give extra special care to, because honestly, I think not only does it deserve it, but it's paid its dues, to where, like, bro, the fans love this fucking show. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, please don't.
I'm sorry to spoil you guys. I'm gonna like pop you guys, like burst your guys' bubble, but this show has been a disaster. If you guys remember, this was supposed to be like a 15
episode,
like a 15 episode show, right? They changed it to like what, 10 now?
10 episodes.
Bro, they were supposed to release all this at one time. This is a disaster, and you could tell there has been a tonality change. Just think about it. The tonality change from episode 1 to episode 2 to episode 3. They've all been different fucking stories. Each one. This is a disaster. This is going to be a disaster. And I'm telling you, episode 1 was the peak. It's not going to get any better than that.
Yeah, they have to. The finale has to be up there, dude.
But ask yourself.
I'm having a fucking great time with this.
No, listen, I'm not having a bad time. But just ask yourself, is that not weird that the tonality has been weird from 3 different episodes? Am I the only one that's seen that, or is it not? Like, is that not the?
No,
like,
I see it. I see it.
I mean, it's not that I'm not seeing it. It's not.
I'm just asking, is it not different from episode 1 to episode 2 to episode 3? Isn't it not change from those, or is it just me?
Well, we're also building a story here, or I mean,
Okay.
it's building a story.
Okay.
So I mean, like for
Pre-existing
me, I'd have to say they're still finding that tone.
Well, again, building a pre-existing story because the story's already been established. You even said this yourself, and then
no.
Then Disney came in and said,
I said that they had stuff to draw on. No, I'm not saying that they've built the story.
No, well, the thing is they're still going off the pre-existing story. They're still saying Kingpin's a villain. Now he's the mayor. Daredevil is who he is. He's retired now because you can't say it's establishing its own story if he's already retired.
Literally every single comic throughout.
No, just
fucking like comic.
No,
book
just based on the
line
Netflix
is the
series.
exact same thing.
Just based on the Netflix series because that's where it's all based on. We're getting a hero who's already retired.
I'm just using your logic here, guy.
I'm just saying that episode 1. I'm just saying that episode 1 feels different from episode 2. Feels different from episode 3, and there's no successful season of any series that happens. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There is a tonality that is set from episode 1 that builds throughout the entire and we'll talk about that with our next fucking topic. It builds out through the whole fucking series, but it seems like there were different writers for episode 1, which is actually the case, from writers from episode 2, from episodes 3. And I'm just saying, like, that's not cool. That's all I'm saying. So I'm saying, I listen, I would love to be wrong about this, but I'm looking, episode 1 is the bar for me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's a pretty high bar. So I mean,
it's a pretty high bar.
It's a pretty high bar. You know,
pretty high bar.
And like, not that it shouldn't be that way, right?
It should.
You know, like how are you going to literally max yourself out in the first 15 minutes of your show? I mean,
because you got to maintain. Yeah, you have to maintain the rest of the series, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like that. With that being said, I completely agree with Brian. You know, like that's like one of those things. Like, okay, maybe you may have shot yourself in the foot a little bit with this one because you gave us maybe too much too fast. You know, and that fan service. You know, like you wanted to give it to us, but maybe you should have given this to us in episode 4, not episode fucking 15 minutes of episode 1.
Yeah,
yo, a lot happened in the first 20 minutes of that fucking
that's what I'm saying,
episode,
dog. Like
bro.
fucking 15 people died. You know, we got fucking Matt who basically killed somebody. JK he didn't. You know, and now
you want me to be in a fucking court series where I gotta sit there and it's asking a lot.
Yeah, you been fucking legally blonde looking ass and shit.
It's asking a lot.
Did you guys didn't think it was weird with the whole what Trig said right now about Matt killing someone and then watching it and being like, oh damn, that was crazy, and then later you hear the heartbeat and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
No,
that didn't catch you guys?
No. Why?
Okay, because I was a little bit like,
for
yo,
me,
that's
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was like, I was
thought that
very
was
much
stupid looking.
I would have killed him for less. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not. No, fuck that guy. I would have killed him even fast. I was stabbed his ass.
I would have killed him for less.
No, but I'm talking about like him throwing him off of a building and then like surviving. Like, did that not make you guys laugh a little bit? I thought that was dumb as fuck.
Are you serious? This is Marvel. This is Marvel.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I didn't realize again. This is spoilers, full spoilers. Sorry, guys. I was kind of confused as to why he survived, but then I needed to explain to me that he had some like new spine is the reason why he
was
survived.
altered.
I
He took the
guess
super sober serum that Falcon didn't take.
Yeah.
this guy dropped over a 10-story building and survived, but.
And it almost head first. You know what I mean? He landed on his feet.
And homie bounced.
Yeah. He
And
did.
So-
bounced. This isn't like
It's a little funny,
he
man.
was like
But all right, so listen, that's how good episode 1 was. I didn't give a fuck, bro. Like I was so enthralled in that shit. I didn't give a fuck that this motherfucker just got thrown off a fucking 10-story building and survived.
And
I
walked it off and shit.
I didn't give a shit. I was like, yeah, that was the coolest shit I've seen in a Disney Plus show in like ever.
I like that.
That was the best shit ever.
And then I like that he just walks into court the next day with like a black eye, dude.
Yeah,
You know,
nothing.
it's like fucking
Nothing.
dude.
Nothing.
It's
Like,
all
it was
good. It's
nothing.
fucking.
We ate
It's
that shit.
fictional anyway, so like it's just fun and games, right?
All right, so listen, Rick, can we get to ratings? Can we get to how much we're rating this so far?
Yeah, I'll go first because you guys seem like you're like for me. I'll say like it's a good like 7.5. Like I'm okay with it. Like the second episode, I like the dynamic between the story. I like them talking. Yeah, there were some parts that were a little bit open ended. The action changes. They didn't really give us much after the action. Like if they didn't have a good story, I wouldn't be about it. I think the Kingpin seems a little corny right now, but I like that they brought the wife in and have her like doing something like with the underground shit. But I do like the concept that they're making the Kingpin realize that like the political people are very much like the mobsters. Like that little kid, that young guy that he brings in, he looks like a young mob kid that wants to be up in the thing.
That's James Gandolfini's son,
right? Yeah.
No, I understand, but no, what I'm talking about is just the dynamic of like Kingpin
Bro, that
used
guy
to be a
is
mobster,
gangster.
goes to jail.
That
Huh?
guy was born to be gangster, dude.
Well, Kingpin was in the prison for being a gang leader or mob boss or whatever. Gets out, gets into politics, and then he's like,
how did he get out? By the way, does anybody know that?
"Who the fuck cares about now?
Okay,
Nobody cares. He's the mayor.
All right.
Literally the mayor. No one gives a shit,
I'm sorry.
dude.
It's the
Yeah.
question I had.
Dude got thrown off a 10-story
Let me
building.
savor this for a moment because this is the first time Chris has ever answered a question that way when everybody wants the answer and he's like,
No, dude.
Dude,
Whatever,
fucking let it happen.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah, Derpy's real quiet too, but I'll even acknowledge
Coming from
Derpy.
the guy who's like, wait, how many breaths did he
No one
take?
was
Like,
worried about
what
the
kind of-
10-story
What kind
fall,
of
dude.
water
Like-
does he drink? Sort of.
Thanks,
What
Trix.
fucking
Thanks, Trix.
shampoo does he use?
Yeah, no.
How does he get out of prison? I don't fucking
Well, they explained that in the
know,
first
dude.
episode when he walks into the mob room or whatever with everybody, and
doesn't.
Vanessa's like,
Whatever.
"Oh, you get out of jail, and now you just walk in here all niddly diddly, and they pay attention to you." She explains it there, but like, yeah, I guess
Like,
apparently-
yeah, bitch, because I'm the fucking kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah, it's
Sit
pretty
your
much what it is.
fucking bony
Yeah.
ass down.
Yeah, but the question was the 10-story fall. That was the question more than anything. And then he walks into the courtroom with a black eye, and it's like, get the fuck out of here. Once that happened, I was like, sky's the limit. Daredevil's just gonna fall out of the sky for no reason in She-Hulk's yard. There's not even buildings, but he jumped through. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even asking questions anymore. But
Rating. What do you give it?
yeah, I 7.5, man. I think it's okay. I like that there's like this dynamic that politicians in his world in this nature are like mob guys, and he can run them the same way. Like he can rub being the mayor the same way he was doing the Kingpin shit as a mob, and then he's running it under the cops. He's dicing it. But I like the cop commissioner shit that he's like, "Hey, fuck you, bro. Like you're a Kingpin. I'll call you out any days." And then he goes right back to his mob shit. You know, I'm kind of iffy about the Vanessa thing, but I do like that she was running the
honest
underground.
to God, my favorite part in that whole scene was like after he leaves and he's like, I fucking hate this Philly. Philly is actually ass. I
So it's
love
cool,
that
like,
part where
if
he
they're
like
not-
literally choked that down just to make a fucking point.
If the dynamic has to be half action, half story, like the story has to be up. Story has to be up.
All right, Triggs, what are you giving this?
I'm at a solid 8.
Solid 8.
Yeah, I'm at a solid 8. The reason
Okay.
being is because, like, one, this is still a fresh show. Like, we're still very, very like into the early stages of this show. One of the things that I've been waiting for the whole fucking time is the Punisher, and it looks like we're gonna get him in the next episode. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think things are probably gonna kick on from here. I'm pretty sure there's going to be, okay, spoiler alert here, guys, or spoilers coming, or fan theory at least. But I know that we're gonna get, a corrupt cop, fight with the Punisher and Daredevil versus the corrupt cops. Because like we've been seeing, like tattoos and stuff like that with the Punisher logo and thin blue line, and then like what happened at the end of of episode 3. So we've got some good stuff coming. I'm very excited. I I have a feeling they're gonna do the show justice.
I gotta agree with you. I think I'm more along the lines of an 8. Episode 1, I'm sorry, like if you guys haven't noticed, it had a really big impact on me. I love that
Good.
episode.
Good.
Episode 2 was ass, if I'm being honest with you. But episode 3 kind of like got me back. Not gonna lie, like that episode was pretty fucking good, especially at the ending. Again, no spoilers, but like at the end of episode 3, it's like, all right,
Bro.
I
That
gotta,
was
I
heavy.
gotta see where this goes after that. I gotta go with an 8. I think the acting from everybody has been top notch. I think the only thing in the way of this show is the writers. That's the only thing that's in the way of this. If
I
if
think that's been the common theme with a lot of
you're right.
Marvel
All of the
projects.
Disney
You're right.
Plus.
No, you're
You
right.
know.
You're right. You're right. And but like for me, being that it's so apparent, I can't be fooled this time. It's like you guys have all the ingredients you fucking need at this point.
Yeah.
Like you
No,
should
and it's
not.
true. And what's even worse is that you've had the ingredients the whole time.
Mhm.
This isn't something new. You guys aren't brand new.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking 20 years into this.
Yeah.
15 plus years into this, and you've given us multi-billion dollar, IPs.
IPs.
So unfuck yourself,
Yeah.
sort of shit.
Yeah, I gotta agree. It's got to be an 8. I would even probably give it an 8.5 depending on what day you ask me. But I'm enjoying it. I do think that they're gonna drop the ball on this just because of their track record. But for right now, with the first 3 episodes, not bad.
I'm hoping not. Like I'm hoping that it doesn't happen. I am worried that it will happen, but this time I'm keeping the faith. This time
All right.
I'm being less objective and just being a little bit more.
Listen,
please don't let it happen. Please don't let it happen.
I'm totally fine with being wrong. I will be the first person to come here. I am a man. I will come here and be like, you know what? I was wrong. I will be happy to come here and tell you guys I was fucking wrong about this. Disney has not shown me otherwise, so we'll see.
It's fair though. Fair.
Good stuff. Derby, are you still there? Are you sleeping or what are you doing, man?
Derby's still there.
My boy, man, my boy. And we're to the last part of the conversation, my guys. Now that we got Triggs, we got a little bit of time. I know we're coming up close to the lates, and we want to make sure we finish early.
Best part of the show.
10:30, we're going for the last hit. So if we're in, boys. It's a banger. I'm not gonna lie. Invincible season 3, Conquest, baby. Motherfucking Quest. Yeah, I even got the fucking mustache going on because I am Viltrumite today. Viltrumite. What's up? So, boys, let me go. Brian, let me ask you, dude, because like you caught up on everything finally on Invincible and all that shit. Like,
yeah.
Yo, tell me, man. What do you think?
Yo, this season was ass, bro.
Whoa, shit,
bro.
Tell me.
Nah, this season was ass. Episode 7 and 8 were spectacular, like
nice.
Out of this world, next level anime, like animation, like the entire season though, it was
a little rough, right?
It was ass.
Episode 2.
No, I will agree with you. Episode 2 was even worse than this, but this season, bro, has been fucking ass. I have been disinterested the entire season until like episode 5, and episode 5 was ass too. but the whole dragon shit kind of like brought like once the nigga started. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Once the
Well, dragon, you're good.
once the dude started, once the dude,
It's all right for our audio listeners. Brian is black, so
Yeah,
okay.
just to let you know, Brian is a black
And
man.
that big FYI
Yeah.
for our audio only listeners. Brian is black.
yo, once
He's
the
okay.
once I got the dragon, I was like, all right, I'm back into it.
I was like, damn, he said dragon with the hard R, dude. Jesus Christ.
It kind of got me back into it, yo.
I
But
like how aggressive you are right now. It's super dope.
This
don't know why I
fucking
just-
Shang-Chi looking ass.
yo, I don't know why I just said that. But yeah, fucking episode 5 was ass. Episode 6 kind of got me back into it, but 7 and 8, I'm like, damn, fuck you guys for pulling me back in and hoping and actually being pulled back into the next fucking season. Because honestly, by mid-season, I was not looking forward to watching another season of this fucking bullshit. But 7 and 8 put me back in, bro. And fuck that. The Vulture, not the Vulture, but what's it called? The Invincible
Guardians?
Wars.
Oh yeah, Invincible.
The Invincible Wars?
Yo, why was that only an episode long? Like, why the fuck did they do that?
That was my biggest issue.
Why did they do that?
That whole arc is like 30 issues, dude. It's
Listen,
fucking
I never
long.
read one episode or one fucking page or panel of fucking Invincible, but I know goddamn well that deserved more than that. I know that.
Oh yeah, no, it was really
I
long.
know that.
Yeah. But
That was
I mean,
awesome.
but we can all agree that they handled the episode really fucking well, though.
How?
Like for what it was, like for
In
what
one
it was, like,
episode?
yeah, I mean, for what it was, for what we got, it was pretty fucking good as an episode. It was really fucking good as an episode. Was it
I
rushed?
enjoyed it.
I think it was
short,
rushed.
though.
Yeah.
It was rushed. It was rushed.
it was
I
rushed.
enjoyed it, but it was rushed, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, for what we got, it was still pretty good with what they could give us. You know what I mean? I think it's because of like the conquest story, right? Like the conquest story came in and
I'm
dude,
not
they
gonna lie, I forgot that Conquest came in so
so
Right
fucking
there.
fast. That's
Right
so
there.
fucking,
fast.
yeah,
Right
dude.
there, bro.
Yeah, and that's where I think that it was more important is because it shows dynamically that these people like it shows in scope how fast they can be proficient. You know what I mean? A bunch of marks that aren't even fully trained. And then he's there and he's like, you know, he's getting his vibes where he's like, yo, I gotta be a better hero. I gotta help these people. Like, I gotta do something to be a better protector. And then a dude named Conquest shows up. Like, he ain't even got a, like, dude, man, fuck, man. What a cool way to bring Negan and Glenn back together. dude.
Yo,
the
thank you.
fucking titular
Thank-
rematch, dude.
What a fucking even all the conversations they were having and everything reminded me of like their dynamic during The Walking Dead, and they worked together so fucking well for that.
I'm gonna take a little bit off of that. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan is by far a national treasure.
Yep.
And
100%.
what he
100%.
did, what he did with Conquest
God damn.
was fucking amazing.
He
That
plays
was
bad people.
amazing, bro.
Yeah, he and it's crazy because I don't even say bad guy. He plays bad people very well.
Very
Just
well.
Very well. Like bad.
Yeah, he
broken
plays
mother-
the villain very well.
Dude, no, not even villain, just bad people. Like just bad. This is worse than villains. Like just bad. Like that whole speech when he's like,
Yo, I got
I'm
goosebumps.
so lonely.
I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps, bro. I swear to God, I got goosebumps. Like, why are you speaking? Like, you're trying to kill this man. Why are you speaking in his ear about you being lonely? And he meant that shit, bro.
Yeah, 100% man. And that's why he was like, take it to your grave.
My own success.
Like I'm giving you a gift. Yeah, I'm giving you a gift. I don't give to anybody else. You're the only person that's gonna know that truth because there's
Before
no
you
way
die.
to speak it after this. It gives him resolve for all the shit he has to deal with. It's such a fucking huge dynamic in the character.
That to me, that episode,
Shit.
that episode is probably top 2 episodes in the
everything.
whole series.
Yeah.
I think the Chicago fight is probably number 1, and that's number 2.
Oh yeah, it's even crazier. Like yeah, Adam Eve came in for the fucking Haas work, right? She came in too and did some amazing stuff. Like everything just
It made sense.
fantastic.
It made sense. For the longest time, I didn't realize why we got that Adam Eve special.
What's up?
I don't know.
Dude, she's a hoss.
Yeah,
I don't-
she's a Haas.
But I didn't real again. I don't read the comics. I didn't realize why we got that special. Although I ran to it and watched it
Right after.
and it paid off.
Puts a lot of things into context for you.
It paid off. It didn't pay off until episode 8 though. Like episode 8, that special paid off. Knowing how strong she was and that she could build her armor around her and all that shit, like that paid off. Like she's awesome, bro.
Yep, 100%, 100%.
I mean, she's arguably stronger than Mark
Everyone.
will ever be.
Yeah.
everybody,
It's because she
yeah,
has all that
everybody.
shit in her head that stops her. It's like Charles Xavier shit. She's like the Jean Grey of this world. She's like
Basically.
100%. It's like the Phoenix shit. But yeah, it was such a great episode right now, and I get it. Like, there's a lot of like filler shit that's going on in the story, and it's because of the way the comic book was. There was always like shit happening over and over again. It's like that's what gets Mark to get this dynamic where he's like, man, I just want to retire and fuck off, dude. Like, I don't want to do this. I just want to be normal. He was so excited as a kid to be a superhero, and then the superheroing came, and then like right after his dad was like, yo, fuck around, you're gonna find out, and wasted his ass, and then his whole entire life got fucked. And then second season comes around, he's trying to be a hero and make up for what his dad did. And then later on, he fucking finds out his dad's still alive and has another kid. Now he's like, what am I doing? My family's broken. My dad's, a piece of shit, but he's still my dad and I love him. Now I have a little brother. Like, there's so many like layers to the Invincible story. And I know that the season like kind of shitty at the first part, but I like the build up to the part after because the thing is like the Invincible War. I think it kind of like, I think they muddied the waters.
It was too fast, bro. It was too fast, bro.
But it's because of it's because you have a whole dynamic that was built up in the comic book of what's his name? Sinclair, the guy, not Sinclair, but the other dude, the fucking Pentagon guy. Cecil, yeah. Cecil's character where he constantly like Mark kicks the shit out of someone that almost kills him, and the dude picks it up and he's like, cool, we can use it against Invincible later. And it's a constant build up that way, constantly. Even with Conquest, it's gonna go the same way. Like it just keeps going and going, and it's all huge fuck ups every time. Huge fuck ups every time.
I love.
Don't spoil it. Brian hasn't seen it, and Derby hasn't seen it either. So they haven't read the comics. Don't know what happens.
Yeah, I don't want
to. So funny.
I don't want to spoil it to me, but I have a question. I know we're in spoilers at this point. We're in full spoiler land. Why is it that if you get your face, and I've seen it like
a million times,
you get your face demolished, but somehow you survive?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
As long as the brain is intact, it should be good in the sense of the healing shit.
Yeah,
that they do in
but
comics,
like I've seen motherfuckers where their brains have been splattered all over the fucking background, and they still survive the shit. Like, how does that happen?
It's because it's more like Android shit. So that's the same thing with the partner that's all Androided out. They just like
what's the black dude? The black dude with the nutsack head.
Yeah, that's Adam Levy. Yeah, that's that dude.
Angstrom.
But he went into a whole other dimension where they have some like Warhammer-ish Inquisition priests that do like crazy.
He should not have survived that. I'm sorry, bro. The fight that he had with Mark, he should have not survived that shit.
But that's based on like those guys that he runs into, the priests, the tech priests. That's more like them, which is cool. Like, I mean, it's cool. Like they're able to do shit like that. Like he has his own. Like they're very much like the Sinclair guy, but they just do body modification shit.
I really want to ask you guys about the Devil guys, but I really don't want to know about it because I think that's a really big thing.
It's super like low on the totem pole.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Good.
Actually, I think they're changing it for the series because that dude plays an important role during the Mark's War or whatever when they kill Spawn. You remember that shit? Because they kill Spawn in a comic. Because Spawn's in that universe. Tech Knight.
Oh no shit!
They're all a part. Savage Dragon. They're all a part because they're all Image. And that was the thing. They were like, "Yo, how would the Viltrumites do against Spawn? He's a god." You know what I mean? Like, how do they do that? And they needed to dynamically change the Viltrumite war. And what he does is, at the beginning in season 1 when that dude, the devil detective or whatever, is doing his shit, Nolan finds out and he's like, if you don't do what I fucking tell you, I'll kill you in like 2 seconds. I'll get your ass sent back to hell quick. And the guy's like, yo, I don't want that smoke. And he's like, well, you work for me now. So then later on, when Spawn becomes a problem during the Mark Wars, they end up initiating up because Nolan is like strategically one of the most Viltrumites in the world. He's above Conquest. He's above Conquest on how
I don't know, bro. Like I don't know, bro.
He is 100%. Nolan is 100%.
I'm just saying, from right now where I'm standing with only having this fucking animation in hand,
like
bro.
A little bit Conquest.
Nolan,
I'm gonna say right now, there's a lot of things that he was holding back on.
Yeah. Nolan's got to prove it to me, bro. Like he's got to prove it to me. First, no. Fuck you guys, and fuck whoever made fucking this show, because I only got Battle Beast. Listen, I have been feeding for Battle Beast since season 1, motherfuckers, and I only got him for a half an episode this season. Fuck this show, bro.
That's what you get in the
Battle Beast. Battle Beast is the fucking man, bro. Yeah, and I only got him for a half a fucking episode.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to wait like another season.
Nah, fuck that, bro. This is bullshit.
In the comic books in Marvel world, he's the champion. There's this guy that's like
so why the fuck do I have more of them then?
Yeah, because that's his thing. He goes around and just wins. So you just put him out in the wilderness, and you just got to be scared that his ass is out there.
I have to watch Mark get his ass beat by everybody for the next fucking 2 seasons.
Yeah, and fucking Battle Beast put it on Mark 2 in that last season.
No, that's the only reason why.
This sucks. I'm heading out. I'm gonna go to In-N-Out or whatever he said, right? Yeah, that was a fucking wild. But like, yeah, Battle Beast plays this character that's kind of like, he's so huge in the sense of needing him in battle, and he never really chooses sides. He only does it on what's going to be the challenge.
Fight, bro.
No. But later on, there is a Hercules moment that he has to come into.
Bro.
There is a Hercules moment. There is a Hercules moment. This is later on. This is like maybe next season. But Battle Beast plays a interesting push in the story in the sense of building character.
Listen,
but that's the thing. He's a build-up. That's all he is.
I am team Battle Beast from 100%. Here on out. Don't talk to me about Mark. Don't talk to me about no Alan. Don't talk to me about no motherfucker.
Alan's a motherfucker too, man.
I don't give a fuck about none of the niggas, bro. Like, give me motherfucking Battle Beast, bro. Until then, bro, I'm not fucking with it, bro. That's
okay,
it.
So in the overarching dynamics, Nolan is stronger because he's more strategic military-wise. So when he fights Spawn, bro. When he fights Spawn, he gets that demon guy to get a bunch of like magical assets that deal with hell, and he literally just uses them against Spawn, depowers him, takes the green magic mana that he uses that he needs to like recharge, and they end up killing him. Him and Mark end up just fucking him up. It's crazy, dude, because like as a comic book lover in your mind, you're like, man, fuck no, dude. Spawn fucking derails these guys easy. He fought fucking Malboja, which is the devil of the whole entire goddamn universe. And he fucking like one-shotted that dude a couple times. Like, how is this guy gonna win?
Listen, you guys, you need to really watch your mouth, because Spawn
is a G.
He would not lose against fucking
100%.
Omni-Man.
100%.
There's no way he loses against Omni-Man. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
But he did in the Invincible War.
The fuck out of here, bro.
I'm not even kidding. But it's cool that they showed Tech Knight. I'm waiting for the Savage Dragon. I love the Savage Dragon. I think he's so cool.
Dude, for me, it's Tech Jacket.
Yeah, like, Tech Jacket.
Tech Jacket.
Oh, like, well, Tiger too, man. They fucking brought Tiger in real dope. Like at the beginning, shooting the guns, and then he just flips out and shit.
So those guys, I still wanted more Tech Jacket. Like Tech Jacket, like, because he actually does become very integral to like the Invincible story. Yeah. Granted, all of this is gonna happen after Mark pretty much just is like, you know what, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna start killing people. I'm done.
Yo, can I ask you guys a question? I know you guys are like far ahead of this shit. Why can't Mark get it together, bro?
It's because of that internal struggle of I don't want to kill anybody. That's
trying to do everything.
That's solely it. It's not because he's not as strong as everybody else.
Yeah, no, it's that internal struggle is I don't want to kill people. I don't want.
Once he loses that, he could turn up though.
Oh yeah, he's going to. Like right after this is going to be the point where he's like, No,
I'm just
this
letting you
nice
know.
guy
I had 3 seasons of him getting his ass kicked like religiously.
Yo, and not only that, like
I'm
Brian,
tired of watching that shit, yo.
not only that, the
to see.
reason why
I
the
want to
series
see
is
him turn up.
the reason why this series is so cool and close to you more, Brian, is because the Viltrumites are they're like Saiyans. They're almost like in the same dynamic, 100%.
That's why I
That's
fuck with
literally what
them.
they're made for.
Yeah,
They
that's why I
get
fuck with
beat
them.
up, they get stronger. They get mad, they get stronger. They can tap into like their extra ability of fighting by getting mad and pissed off. That's what they do. And in this situation, you have Nolan who plays like a Vegeta role, and most of the Viltrumites are all Vegetas. And Mark is the Goku. He's the one that wants to do good
Mark
by
is
what his
actually
nature
more
is.
like the Gohan. He's like his.
Yeah, he's like
his-
Gohan,
his-
yeah,
his-
because he's
his
a kid,
actual
right?
potential is greater than like what he gets.
But the entire
know?
Viltrumite army is literally just a bunch of Vegetas, dude.
And so you got me
Conquest
fucked
is
up.
100% Vegeta.
That's the
man.
reason why I like a battle beast, because he just wants to
Just wants to
rock.
fight. That's
He
Broly.
just wants to fight, motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's why I like him.
Yeah,
yo.
Battle Beast
Yeah.
is literally just the Broly. He's just
He's
like
the Broly in this
Yeah,
story.
that's why I
me.
fucks with him, bro. He
Yeah,
just wants
yeah.
to rock. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And he literally said that. He literally is. He said some Goku shit. He was like, "Yo, I thought you promised me some
A
battle, motherfucker. Like, and you are over here bullshitting. These motherfuckers ain't shit. I'm about to fuck you up for lying to me,
For lying to
motherfucker.
me.
Like, yeah, for
I
lying to me,
love
motherfucker.
that.
Like,
He was just like, nah, fuck that. You lied to me, and I don't take lies lightly.
Look,
I don't
I'll
take
fuck
bitches
you
lightly. And you a lying bitch. Now, fuck that.
that's why. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're right. I do like fucking Saiyans and shit like that. So that's why, like, I gear
Feel it
towards.
real quick.
I love that shit. Like, I want to see that shit.
Trust me, like Mark is gonna have his Gohan moments. Like he's gonna have the the Super Saiyan 2 beast mode, like snap Gohan moments where he's just like, you know what, I'm done with this nice guy shit. Crap. And he's just gonna fucking he's gonna go ape shit. And
he'll have
when
his
he
moment.
does, and you got to see it literally with Conquest. Like with like the very few times that he's done it. Like, oh no, trust me, that was the first one. That was his. You got to see it initially with Angstrom, and then the second time was with Conquest. Because the moment that he thinks that Eve is dead, that's it. Like, no.
I was gonna say, like, I have
not-
a strong case that if Eve isn't involved in that, Mark probably dies.
Oh no, he would have.
Yeah, because he makes
nothing
mistakes. He's holding back.
nothing happened to her, yeah, Mark would have died. But the moment that she died, or died, he was just like, fuck all this. Like, I'm done. Like, Ollie could get almost killed, and he's just like, no. He could inadvertently kill thousands of people.
That was awesome, by the way.
When he's tearing up Ollie, right?
Yeah.
He's tearing up all of his shit. Yeah, that's crazy.
Dies, and he's just like,
This motherfucker, like,
no, we're done.
That's crazy.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Oliver, honestly, he's a pain in the ass, but I know he's gonna be a motherfucker soon at some point.
Dude, he will.
Yeah, he's a hoss later
when
on.
he finally gets into his late teens arc.
Yeah,
Dude, that little homie's a hoss, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna be a fucking motherfucker. You could tell.
And it's so crazy to understand how just like in the third season, because we got like, I guarantee we're gonna have like 5 to 6 seasons of this.
I don't think so. I think we got like 2 more seasons and then we're done, dude.
It's so crazy to understand that.
3.
Yeah, pretty sure. Like in my opinion, I would see 3, but like to know that it's this crazy. Like even with Conquest coming in and raising the bar, he literally did what Nolan did to him in that weird like fucking island where he just started smashing him through people, but just in a worse motherfucking way.
Yeah, man. He got a dog and a kid, bro.
Yeah, fucking Conquest is he's an animal, dude, and he's not even the worst thing out there. Literally, not even the worst thing that happens to Mark. Like this show, like I know you said that the season sucks, but for whatever it is, there's like 5 solid banger parts of each episode that pop off dirty, dude. Rex's death was amazing, dude. Like that was dynamically the Gambit story. Literally what we got in 97. And I was like, I felt bad for that fucking dude. Like I felt bad. He had such a cool like glow up. Knowing, and I knew he was gonna fucking go out like that.
Everyone knew that. That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't even hidden. It wasn't like it was like you knew that motherfucker was gonna get like that something was gonna happen to him. But that's what I'm saying. Like, had you drawn out the Invincible War, that would have meant a lot more.
Yeah, but
like,
even scarier to know what happened that fast. It was like in fucking 28 hours,
Yeah,
dude. Or no, it was
exactly.
like 7 days, dude.
but
7
like
days from
in the timeline of the way shit happened, like that was just like a footnote. The fact that Rex died, it literally happened like in like 5 minutes of the whole episode. It was like,
But he's just a dude that
I
can
didn't
make
like
shit
that.
explode.
And
Like,
then what happens right after? Mark is F to the uckin, dude.
yeah, he's back just
Fucking-
banging uglies with Adam Eve. You know what I mean? Like, and there is some things that are showing in that part too, which I mean, I don't want to spoil anything in that nature for you guys because it goes deeper into the story, but where the clothes are like melting. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know what that was about, bro. Like
So,
she's tweaking, bro.
Yeah, so literally it's because she rebirthed herself and her powers are being alchemated again. So it's hard for her to like do something and keep their composure. But the other thing is the reason why it's melting is because the colors are melting back into the original yellow and blue costume. So like she's gonna make him go back to the original Invincible costume.
Original Invincible costume.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's
right.
leaking out the colors of the black.
All right, that's
But to
all,
be
that's
fair,
all-
that's not
all
going
you
to
know.
happen.
That's not even the
for a
only part. That's
very long
something
time.
else.
All
there.
right. That's it. I don't
Yeah,
want
there's
to know
something else
anything
there, which
else.
I'm not gonna
That's
bust.
cool. I got it.
Yeah, I'm totally hyped about.
Okay,
this.
all right. So since we already spoiled it, give me a rating of the whole season, because again, you know how I feel.
I'm like a 9.5, dude. Like a 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah, I'm 9.5 on this, and the only reason why is I don't like Adam Levy too much, and I hate that character so much, even in the comic books.
What did you give season 1?
Of Invincible?
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought it was up there too. I thought
What do you give that?
If you give it like a 9.5. Yeah, I gave it like a 9.5. I remember.
So you give this season more than the first season?
Yeah. I mean, the action is just dynamically good, man. I was invested in Rex, even though I knew he was gonna die. Like, I think they built his character. It was very much, and I know it sounds weird to go back to it, but it reminded me much of the way they did, even though it wasn't in the comic books, in The Walking Dead with Maggie and Glenn's character when they're in the bus and they're making all this whole like, we're gonna have a family, we're gonna be real good. They gave that real push the same way they did with them, with the shrinking girl and Rex character, where they made it feel like there was going to be some history and all this other shit. And then the way Rex goes out is such a G moment. Like, other than that, before, like, yeah, the prison shit was stupid.
Also, we also have to remember there are things that are inherently different in the show
From the
right
comics
now
to the film,
that are and I mean big time different. Like fucking Little Miss Growing chick. Well, for one, she's a chick. 2, she's still alive.
Yeah,
like in the comic books right now, she dead.
She dead.
You know, like that fight literally killed her. Like like the whole Serpent Society thing or whatever.
Yeah,
that actually kills her.
Yeah,
like,
she's not even alive.
Shrinking Ray, right? So Ray actually dies in that fight.
Yeah,
like there was no comeback.
But she gets crushed in that guy, right?
Yeah, like he actually chews like the actual Shrinking Ray. He actually chews him down and swallows him and like eats him.
Yeah.
So hold on. Let me ask you then, Triggs. So what's your rating for?
Honestly, I still keep it as I'm gonna keep it as a solid 9.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rank this season higher than season 1?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But it is.
It's good though.
To me, the quality is still there of season 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I know that you don't agree with it, and you have your reasons for not agreeing with it.
Yeah.
They're valid reasons. They are valid reasons.
Yeah.
I don't entirely agree with all of them.
Yeah.
But to me, this is where the payoff is with a lot of things. This is kind of like going past Skypiea in One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
If you lasted till Skypiea in One Piece,
good.
You are in it. Everything else past this
it.
is fucking gas, dude.
Yeah.
It is good. It is so good.
Yeah,
and
Conquest
everything
was,
past everything past the Invincible War is fucking ape.
Well, you know what? I would slightly disagree with that because, in my opinion, it's after Conquest. Because after Conquest is when Mark's like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm giving everybody.
Like I said, I say after Invincible War because Invincible War is what kicks off the whole Conquest thing.
Yeah. But I just think after he headbutts the shit out of Conquest, all that shit, and does all that stuff in the comic books, that's when Mark like it clicks, and he's like, the next motherfucker that comes into my country,
I'm killing him.
Smoke.
Yeah, that's
dude.
it. I'm
Smoke.
done.
They're getting
done.
fucking-
We're done.
That
I'm
song
keeping
"Try
that block
Jesus"
hot,
because I
homie.
got hands. Does that song "Try Jesus" or whatever? That's literally what it is. If you haven't heard it, it's super funny, man.
I gotta be honest with you. I gotta give this season a 7, and it's only a 7. It's only a 7 because of 7 and 8. If it wasn't for 7 and 8, it might be a 5.
Is that the funeral?
I knew you were gonna say 5.
Yeah, if it wasn't for 7 and 8, it would be a 5. But 7 and 8 was so fucking good that it boosted, like it got it to a 7. And depending if I rewatch it, it might be an 8. But yo, those last 2 episodes got me reinvigorated in this show. Like, again, I don't follow the comics, at all. But just following the story, that
makes sense. That makes sense.
That was fucking awesome what I watched. And the animation changed. Like, I don't know if you guys realize the animation.
Yeah. You definitely saw a solid animation change.
The animation changed.
Yeah. Well, you know what I would have really liked to see, and this is like me just like being like an anime fan, is the square blocks. Like when they fall down,
like
and it's nothing but the square
yeah.
blocks. And you get that, like that would have been so cool. But I mean, there's no like black seas or anything like that.
Again, so like the last 2 episodes where I'm watching the animation just fucking change. The story just gets. I don't know how the fuck they figured out a way in the last 2 episodes to revive this dead ass season and just revive the shit. But they found out they figured that shit out. And although I was able to kind of decipher that the war was supposed to be longer, I still was satisfied by it. And then you giving me fucking Conquest right after, that was fucking amazing, bro.
Yep,
like
straight.
That was
I even like the when he's trying to barter with him, and he's like, "Look, dude, can we do this some other time?"
No, he's like, "Don't you fucking dare!" He was like, "How fucking dare you, bro?"
Yeah, don't you dare surrender.
Again, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like that, he delivered those lines so fucking great, bro. Like he was like, "Yo, how fucking dare you? I'm trying to beat your ass, bro. Like, don't take this from me. I'm trying to kill you, bro. Like, you're about to ruin this for me, bro. Like, you don't do that. You don't fucking beg for me to stop, motherfucker, because like I'm having fun. This is the most fun I've had in so long, motherfucker. Like, these
I'm sure it's
motherfuckers
been centuries since the last time this dude's had that.
He was like, "Yo, I don't get called for shit like this. Like, you're about to ruin this for me, bro. Like, I want to see what the fuck you got." Like, that was intriguing for me. Like, that was episode 8 is honestly probably my favorite episode of this entire fucking series. I'm not gonna lie to you.
For me too, like Conquest, when he came out in the comic books, I was sold on that dude. Like, easy, bro. I like characters like that are just like, I don't give a fuck about the purpose. I'm just here for a reason.
He was like at this point right now. What was the chick's name that saw him before? Anissa.
Anissa.
Yeah,
Anissa. He was like, right now, Anissa will probably tell you you're supposed to be doing this and this. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Yeah, he was like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. I'm gonna beat your ass, yo. I was like, what?
Yeah, he's like, I don't give a shit about all that shit. I'm not here for that. I just want smoke.
I want smoke, bro.
Yeah, that's all I want.
I don't want smoke, bro.
Yeah. So that's why I like that character a lot. And he there is some
and not to cut you off, Chris, but how gangster was that when he sucks out the blood and makes it into
the heart and blood?
He's a fucking psychopath.
Episode 8 honestly is the best episode in this entire series, bro. Like, that revived for me. I was DOA on this entire series after this. Like, I was giving this season a chance, but I was done. But 7 and 8 kind of got me back into it. I'll give it another chance. Like, those 2 episodes are fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah, I think after the Conquest situation in the comics, like that's when everything changes and everything just ramps the fuck up. Because like Conquest was sent to the Earth by the Viltrumites to do his business, and once they hear that he doesn't come back or at least check in, they're gonna be like, "No fucking way, for reals." You know what I mean? Like, and then stuff is gonna happen, and it just ramps up. Everything just ramps up from here. Like, and mind you, there's a bunch of shit that's gonna happen in space and in a bunch of cool shit.
Let's go to space.
Let's go to space, baby. Yeah, boys, I was really impressed by it. I was super happy with the way this series ended. I knew it wasn't going to be bad, even though like Brian makes a really good point that a lot of this stuff was kind of boring and just kind of getting like Mark's being a wussy, like, but I just knew Conquest was coming. Like I knew that he was coming in the season. So like I 100% knew that fucking episode was going to be just chaos, dude. And I'm here for the fucking chaos. Like I'm really here for the chaos. So I just didn't know that they were going to do like what Nolan did, but fucking diced up 20,000 when he fucking flies within the city. I was like, dude, can you imagine like the trauma?
The kid that was holding on to his mom, bro, and his
up, man.
I was like, what?
Well, I was gonna say, like, can you imagine like the trauma he went through the first time his dad did it to him in the train? And then this motherfucker comes and does it the same motherfucking way to him.
He was like, yo, I want you to be able to look behind you, bro. I don't want you to miss this, bro.
I don't want you to miss too.
I don't want you to miss this, bro.
Damn, that was dirty.
I was like, what? That to me, honestly, and I love the episode with the Chicago, but that episode 8 supersedes that for me personally. That is the best episode of Invincible that I've seen. That is fucking, and again, you have Jeffrey Dean Morgan delivering the lines to such a complex character, and that was fucking like it was chef's kiss, bro.
Yeah,
like that was perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah, I think 100%. Like I was sold. I mean, it was going all crazy, and I was like, okay, cool, like typical Viltrumite fight or whatever. But the I'm lonely part, like, really was like, dude, this is like
it's not that it humanizes him, but it gave him depth.
Yeah, bro.
It wasn't one of those things where it was just like, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna enjoy this. Blah blah blah. You know, like you see it and you're like,
they think I'm an animal.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god.
They think I'm an animal.
He's like, I don't have friends. They don't talk to me.
They think I'm an animal.
Yeah, they think I'm an animal. Like no one talks to me. No one gives me attention. He's like, and the fucking thing was like,
right.
He's like, what does he say? He's like, sometimes
I'm a product of my own success.
Sometimes I want to cry, but then I realized that it wouldn't even matter. I'm a product of my own success. I'm not even given a real name.
I'm not given a real name, bro.
I'm given a name based on purpose. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude, and you're just like, oh my god, dude.
You're just like, dude.
Are you sure you want Mark to win anymore?
I'm sitting in the bed like, oh shit! Like, this motherfucker needs that
Mark,
shit.
He's like fucking side-eyeing his ass, dude. He's like, I guess he's kind of recovered. He's just looking at him like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I kind of wanted Mark to kind of be like, I'll be your friend. Like, you know what I mean?
Right?
I wanted him
like,
to some stupid
you want to come home for dinner?
Yeah, dude. I wanted him to have some kind of like weird pity. Like, it doesn't have to be this way. And the guy goes, Don't even try.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
You're gonna take this to your grave, dude.
Don't worry about it, bro.
It's just a gift.
Yeah. Start shoving him into the fucking earth, bro.
Boys, what a great show. Guys, if you haven't seen it, Invincible is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
we just spoiled it for you guys.
But believe me, it doesn't do it justice. Go watch it. You're gonna fucking flip out. You're not gonna see animation like that anywhere else in the world. Boys, what do we got going on this week? Does anyone got going on? Oh, spring break. We're all too old for that shit, but some of our fans out there, people that watch us, you guys aren't. Guys, go out there, be safe. Make sure you're not doing anything too crazy. All those people, spring break at South Padre Island's already going stupid. It's already fights.
Has anyone died yet? Usually someone dies.
You know what? And it's sad. I saw that on a comment the other day where people were like, yo, I kind of feel like so dark or whatever, but we would put like bets as to what day some shit was going to pop off at South Padre Island, someone was going to be found. But I think it's just scary with like the current dynamic in the world, like how volatile people can be. Cause like even straight off the top, Whataburger, 2 chicks throwing down like fucking, Rumble in the Jungle kind of shit, dude. They're banging real crazy. The videos all over the internet. So, whoever's out there, just be safe. What do you guys got planned?
Work and work some more. Unfuck my computer. Yeah, unfuck my computer. I tried to do some stuff with my computer week before last week or something like that. I went through a catastrophic failure. That's why I've been on my laptop the past couple of shows. And I'm gonna try and unfuck it tonight.
Is that the Ivory King Tower?
Something like that. One? Well, I mean, gray, but
the one that you left up there and you had to get checked back or whatever.
Oh, Oh yeah, dude. Fuck.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I call that Tower the Ivory King. I'm sorry.
My Ivory King. That's a good name, dude.
And then Derps, I know you've been quiet this whole time. I feel bad because you said you didn't get to watch the shows. But Derps, what do you got going on this week, man?
I'm going to my first con ever.
Oh,
Hell
dude!
yeah,
What?
bro.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
one?
that's right.
Which one?
Well, it's the Cleveland one. It's a fan expo, but there's lots of it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy my time there.
Oh wait! I know about this
When this
con.
week?
Wait, no, I know about this. What's the Star Wars guy that's gonna be there?
Obi-Wan
no-
Kenobi?
Giancarlo.
Oh, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna be there, but there's gonna
Oh.
be Josh from Den of Nerds. Den of Nerds is gonna be there.
Wait,
Oh,
Dennis Rick's gonna be
shit.
there?
Yeah, he's doing a live
Show?
No, there's no way.
Yeah, no, I swear to God, he's doing a live podcast at that con with Theory. He's doing Star Wars Theory.
Star Wars theory? Damn, that's
yeah, Star
dope,
Wars
dude.
Theory. Yeah, they're having a Star Wars.
Damn, dude.
Yo, you gotta get out there,
coming
Derpy. You gotta
bro.
meet these dudes, Derpy.
Yeah, Derpy, dude. I swear to God, like that's what the plan is. It's so crazy that you just mentioned that. Like, that's what's gonna happen in Cleveland.
That's
Yes.
super cool, man. Derps, are you excited, man?
I don't know now because of theory.
Oh, you don't like theory, or you don't like cyber theory?
Yeah, I was like, he's hit or miss, bro. That guy is hit or miss, bro. But like,
He didn't like Andor, so
yeah, he doesn't like it. He hates Andor.
Yeah,
He hates Andor.
but he has some dope ass lightsabers though.
He
Yeah.
does have
Yeah,
some really cool.
And for what it's worth, like he's like a G, like he knows his Star Wars shit, like he really does. So like for whatever purpose, he's got his reasons why he doesn't like Andor. This is based on opinions and likes, but other than that, he's pretty solid at his Star Wars stuff. I just like his lightsaber shit.
I didn't think any of you guys knew who the fuck Theory was, but that's awesome.
Yeah, Saber Theory, that guy got in a fuckload of trouble a long time ago for making a fan fiction Darth Vader movie.
He's still doing that.
I thought
Yeah.
it was.
But he got permission from this one.
Yeah.
But he did it the first time without, and he raised money, and they fucking gotcha'd him, bro, for the money. They were like, "No, you can't do that. You don't own the rights." And he's like, "But I'm just giving the fans what they want, or whatever." And it's like, "Yeah, that's true."
that.
We
But
give the
fuck you, you
fans
don't own
what they
this
want. We know what the fans
Yeah.
want.
Fucking Star Wars is like, "But where's my fucking cut, bitch? Where's my
Not
cut,
even.
Only
bitch?"
on
We
Friday.
know what the fans want. You
So
don't.
you're
know
going
what
on
the
Friday,
fans-
Derp?
No, I'm going Saturday. It's only on Friday where Nerdy and Theory are gonna be there.
No,
you
it's
still
only
won't
on
be
Friday,
there. Oh,
dude.
okay, all right, fair enough.
I mean, well, either way, dude, you're still gonna have a fucking badass time. Derps, if you get a chance, fucking GoPro that shit or iPhone that shit. You know, take photos and video, man. We want to see you. I know you're real particular about not being on camera, and we get that. Are you gonna dress up, dude?
I'm gonna go as simple as I can. I'm gonna go as Superman.
So you're gonna go like in a thong or what? What do you mean simple? I don't get this.
You know what's funny?
What's up?
I'm
One of
wearing
the
one right
Superman,
now.
one of the Superman actors actually said that as a joke. On their camera. No, but I'm gonna go as Superman though. Just the cape and the shirt, the new shirt.
Hey, dude, that's dope, man. You could tell everybody you're from the what was it? Triggs, the all new, all different, or was New 52? When you had the shirt and t-shirt, he had the gloves, the wraps, he had his cape as his gloves. Remember when he was all fucking Superman was kind of depowered? He was real Captain America.
Oh yeah, I forget what story it was though.
Yeah. It's like Captain America. It was like Superman Unbound, or I forgot what it was, but
Yeah. No, I vaguely remember that.
let me see. Shirt and hand wraps. Yeah, that was from like the New 52. And that was, man, dude. And it was done by, yeah, dude, this one. Let me show it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, Derps, but this Superman. That's when Superman was depowered. They had the armored Batman, the bunny one. Yo, he looked G as shit, dude. I thought Superman looked badass like that. What do you think, Brian?
I fucks with it, bro.
Yeah, he looks badass, right? Yeah, action. Look, and the fucking knuckles that are bleeding, they're his cape. Like he has them wrapped in his cape, and he's just going around beating fucking ass. And he was depowered like Captain America, and he's just fucking people up. Still doing it. Still fucking doing it. He still look like a G. What a dope thing. But Derps, I hope you get to have a good time, man. I hope you get to take pictures.
Have a great time, bro.
Yeah. I hope you can
For
take
sure, brother.
pictures. Post them up. tag us, dude. Like, tag me on Instagram or whatever. I want to see the shit. So I hope you have a good time.
I'm gonna try.
You will, dude. You're gonna have a great fucking time.
You never know.
Yeah, just a bunch of fucking crazy people fucking take a picture with me, get naked, fucking
Where's my hug?
crazy. Yeah.
Where's my hug, guys?
Yeah, where's my hug? Derpy, some dude's gonna come up to you smelling like fucking onions or some shit.
And that's the worry part of it.
That's the worry part. You're like, I'm worried about these fucking smelly people. You should take some. You should be dressed as Superman, and in your fucking little belt, dude, put some Axe spray and just hose motherfuckers down when they come up. Psst, just spray them up. Some Axe spray.
Some Axe spray.
Nah, man. We hope you have a good time. Derpy, where can the guys follow you? Where can they meet you up on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube?
Well, obviously on here on YouTube, Derpy Entertainment. Instagram, Derpman2929, which is Derpy Entertainment. You can also, I'm on Twitch, Derpy Entertainment. What else is there? I do another pod in the morning at 11.
Oh, you do a baseball one, right?
No, it's a Pittsburgh one.
Yeah.
Dope. Two Dumb Yinzers.
You're a Yinzer, bro?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew.
No, you're a Yinzer?
Didn't I fucking tell you, Derp? I was like, when Brian gets here and you tell him you do sports, he's gonna flip, dude.
Yo, there's no way you're a Yinzer.
Well, what are you, Steelers fan, right?
No, I'm not. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I do know of Yinzers, and I follow a lot of Yinzers, so I get it.
Here's the thing. I'm from Ohio, but I support the Steelers.
Oh, you're from Ohio. Okay. That makes more sense about you being in Cleveland, because I was trying to put that together. You're in the Ohio area. I get it. All right, I get it.
Yes. So, but that is the there it is. Right there.
There we go, guys. Here's Derpy's Instagram if you guys want to follow him. Good kid. We appreciate you on the show, man. You're such a good sport. And I feel bad because you didn't get to talk much for the last parts because you were like, I didn't get to watch the shows. But you're always a G, man. Like, you came in here and you're running it through.
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Yeah. And I know you're like, I get a little nervous doing face cam, but we're going to get you up. You see, all the ladies going to love you, dude. You see what's up.
We didn't even get to the trailers.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to cover that next time, but we'll wait. I mean, what was it, Lilo and Stitch and something else, right?
Yeah, Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday, dude. Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday had a new.
Freaky Friday's getting a trailer. They got a trailer, dude.
They got a sequel.
Lindsay Lohan and fucking that chick just all coming back, dude. So yeah, we'll make sure we cover that shit for sure next time. But yeah, boys, I always appreciate you guys. I finally got Triggs and Brian on the show tonight. I love it. Yes, sir. I love it. So next week we'll be back on it. To everybody that's out there, we appreciate everybody that tuned in and stayed with us all this time. If you're going out for spring break and you're doing some crazy shit, like, just be careful. Don't do anything dumb. Don't try to fucking wrestle alligators or sharks or whatever the fuck happened last year at spring break when that chick's leg got bit off or whatever. I don't even remember that shit. The cookie bite right out of that bitch's leg. That was dirty. And yeah, just be safe. And we'll see you guys again here next Sunday on the Average Boys Podcast. We appreciate every one of you. Stay safe. Peace. Thank you guys very much. Deuce.